When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.
Fantasy Headliners Nation. Headliner Nation. Fantasy Headliners for the nation. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yeah. Analytics off the chain. All the channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. Y'all stuck on third down. Your content's plain Jane. Headliners on top now. We gonna move and change. Podcast off the rip. Draft guide, so legit. Fantasy world, our game tight. You know we about that Chubb life. Stuck in a rut and you need some motivation. Head to the channel for this Headliner Nation.
I'm a headliner.
Yo! What's going on? What's going on,
Kyle.
Nation?
Kyle, it happened in week 6, Kyle. We didn't know if it was going to happen this year, but it happened this week.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Now I do.
200,000 subscribers.
200!
The nation is huge right now.
I don't see it behind you. There it is. 200. Whoop.
There it is. There she is. She's hidden. But yep, 200K. Love
Go.
it. Appreciate all the
Let's
support out there
go.
from everyone.
Woo.
Love it.
That's awesome.
Crazy. It's a crazy number.
I mean, I remember you were at, was it like, what was it when I joined? Like 30?
Something-ish. Like in there. 30, 40, between 30, 45. Something
Well,
like
I
that.
remember when you hit 10.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the season, when you corrupted me into joining the dark side, it was like 33.
Okay.
Then I remember celebrating 100.
Yep.
And then now we're celebrating 200. It's got time has just flown by. It's
You know
crazy.
you know what is next? 300.
300 million. That's crazy.
That would be
1,000.
Oh,
Okay.
1,000.
Yeah, that's fine.
Either
too.
or. We'll take either though. But Kyle, it's week 6. There's everybody's basically injured right now, Kyle. Everybody is hurt. If they're not hurt, they're on bye week.
I'm
If
not
they're
hurt
not hurt
anymore.
and not on bye week, they're playing like crap. Like that's just fantasy football in a nutshell right now.
Yeah. I'm not hurt anymore though. I'm feeling much better. Thanks for asking.
I do. That's exactly. I was just gonna ask that.
Oh man, it's crazy to believe it's week 6 already too. Like the regular fantasy season.
A third of the season is over, Kyle.
Yeah, and like half the regular season for fantasy football at this point.
That's nuts.
Which
I gotta
means
start buying
wins
Christmas presents.
are more important than anything right now.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta start getting them this week.
That's for damn sure.
Woo, Sierra Balderrama becoming a member of Holden Chubb this evening. Sierra, welcome into the exclusive Headliner Nation family. Crash Batter 2 upgraded his membership to full Chubb.
So much Chubb in his hands
Woo,
right now.
so much. Jason Olivero with the 5 bomb. What's up, Headliners? Need one for the flex and a defense. What's safer or upside? KJ Osborne or Drake London? Honestly, I think I'm picking KJ Osborne regardless there, but maybe given the matchup, Drake London just...
It's one of those things, like, is any of them safe? I don't know if it's safe. Drake London has had like 10-plus fantasy points now in 3 of his last 4 games. He does have a good matchup going up against Washington, who hasn't stopped anyone. Even though I like KJ Osborne more, safer floor probably leads with Drake London by a hair.
Just
As for the defense, though, we got what, the Lions or the Raiders, though, you said?
Lions or the Raiders? Probably.
I don't want to say the Raiders.
I don't either, but I kind of
New
want
England's
to.
offense is horrible.
And Detroit's beat up on defense right now. Emmanuel
Yes.
Mosley will be out. They'll be missing Brian Branch again as well.
Yeah, I mean,
feel
I
like
don't
I
ever
gotta
want to
go
say Las
Raiders
Vegas,
here.
but I got to go the Raiders. Did you go to Arby's today?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I got
I
a
didn't
little
even see your cup.
caffeine in here. I got a little caffeine. It's been a couple of days since I've had any caffeine. I felt like I needed some today. As I was telling Jake before the live stream for everyone out there, today was the last day of football for the Richardson family. Unfortunately, all of our teams lost in the playoffs today. But I was outside in the rain from 7:50 till like 2:15 this afternoon. I am exhausted.
Did you get a beef and cheddar?
I didn't get a beef and cheddar. I got a roast turkey market fresh sandwich.
Never had it. Dogs was wondering. Brad brought it up. He saw the Arby's cup, so I figured I'd check in because I had no idea.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Look what I got.
We're going to move on to something else at this point. Jason says, love you guys. Forehead kisses. Forehead kisses. Boone wants to know, should I trade my Brian Robinson, DeMercado, and Ferguson to get Swift? I'll still have K9, Kyron Ford, and Algier, and I'll still have Evan Ingram at tight end. If you have Evan Ingram, I'm not super worried about keeping Ferguson.
Right.
DeMercado is just like a toss-in piece to me.
Yep.
So right now it's kind of just like B-Rob for Swift. If you're trading B-Rob for Swift, you're trading for upside. If that's what you're looking for, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, B-Rob's going to give you that safer weekly floor just due to volume. But if that defense can't figure it out and they're constantly trailing, he's not going to get a whole lot of touches. So, yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. Yeah, like you said, the other two guys are basically just toss-ins at this point. You got to be careful, though, because you're going to have a bunch of empty spots on your bench. Don't just leave them empty. Go to the waiver wire and try to fill them in with something else in the meantime.
And I also would recommend, and I think this is kind of a good recommendation for anybody asking about trades right now.
Everybody listen.
Everybody listen.
Bring it in.
If you are, come in here real close. Okay. If you're looking to make trades right now, because we've started bye weeks, but the big bye weeks are still to come where we're missing like 6 teams.
Right.
If you get ready to make a trade that is lopsided, where you will be getting the better side of the deal, but you're giving up more players, check your bye weeks before you make that deal. Because if you're trading away guys and now all of a sudden you don't have anyone to fill in for those bye weeks, you need to make sure that you prioritize correctly on the waiver wire as well to fill those spots. There's my...
Kyle, good tip, Kyle.
That's what I've always been told. So yeah, you know, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that trade right there, as long as you... And I was gonna be like, throw the flag on Kyle for being bad.
It was probably one of the funnier things you've said in a couple weeks.
Oh, awesome. Well, you know, I'm going to end there. All right, everybody. Peace out.
Yep.
Stay safe. No. All right. GC's becoming a member for the 7th month. Just traded away Kamara and Hopkins for Kupp. Now I think that's a win. Now someone else is offering me Waddle and Jonathan Taylor for Kupp. Standard 10-man. Should I accept? I kind of play it with Kupp for right now. I kind of play it with Kupp for right now. I don't think that's an awful trade. But we're waiting for Jonathan Taylor to show up, and we figure it's going to happen because of the contract he signed. But when, right?
When, yep.
When.
And I think if they weren't 100% sold in the health of Kupp, they wouldn't have dealt Van Jefferson as quick as they did. They literally saw Kupp play on Sunday and was like, peace on Monday or Tuesday. So they're feeling good, so should we.
Anna thinks she's got some ghosts lurking in my house. It's super weird. Henry Lopez becoming a member for the 29th month. We're going to start seeing some 30s here very soon.
Wow.
Henry, appreciate you. Also a part of Excessive Chubb.
Oh, so much Chubb.
10-team bonus league, full PPR, extra points for Ford. I can always tell, because Henry's the only one that asks this question. He's the only one that gets bonuses that I see every single week. No one else says they get bonuses for big plays. So I know this every single week. Need a flex. Brian Robinson Jr., Chris Olave, or Brandon Ayuk. Don't see an emoji for forehead kisses. LOL. Maybe that's something Taylor can do after the season. He's too busy right now.
Yeah, now Taylor's just like stuck working.
If we're going big plays, give me Brandon Ayuk.
100%. Is it a great matchup for him? Nope. but it wasn't supposed to be last week either. And look how that went. I have no issues with that San Francisco offense.
Here's one thing, though, why I like Brandon Ayuk this week, because it's something like 70% of the defensive snaps the Browns play, they're in man-to-man coverage. Brandon Ayuk is just going to pat the cornerback on the backside as he runs past him this week.
Yeah. I don't mind that.
He's just going to be like, good game, touchdown.
Yeah.
CJ. Oh, I just scrolled. I know it was CJ.
Who dat CJ in this chat. He wants both of our opinions, Kyle. So in other words, he's like, I don't want to know what just Kyle thinks. I want to know what Jake thinks too. He says full PPR, pick 5, Kyle. 5 of them. Chris Olave,
well, we see
Keenan
CMC Allen. And David Montgomery, so that's 2 of the 5 right there.
And Keenan Allen will be in the third one.
That's 3.
So there's 3. So we have to choose 2 more out of Olave, Ramondre, Kirk, Ford, Davis, McLaurin, and Johnston.
No, Zay Jones this week. Give me Christian Kirk as well.
And then you know what? I think at that point we have so much safety and so many great plays. I'll gamble and go Chris Olave.
Don't look it up. We don't even need. We're on the same page. Oh my God. Ooh, Chris all in. Full PPR, start 1 in the flex. Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Nico Collins, and Michael Pittman. Full PPR, I lean Alvin Kamara here.
I agree. I mean, there's just too many checkdowns right now for him to not be a great option in full PPR score.
Look at that. Absolute same page. Sammy in a full PPR flex. Michael Thomas, Zach Moss, Curtis Samuel, or Josh Palmer. This last couple of weeks, this would be an easy Zach Moss for me.
Easy.
Jacksonville's defense, one of the best run defenses in all of football right now. I think they give up the 7th fewest yards against the run. We got Jonathan Taylor kind of holding on.
We don't have Anthony Richardson. We got Gardner Minshew. I mean,
which I actually would say would be a good thing for Zach Moss, is that there's no Anthony Richardson. But how do we know that Jonathan Taylor isn't all of a sudden going to see 15 carries this week?
Exactly.
And if that happens, I don't think Zach Moss is going to see 20.
Right. And you're talking about a full PPR scoring. I mean, Curtis Samuel's going to be getting right around 7 targets a week or so. Is he sexy? No. Josh Palmer. I don't hate Josh Palmer this week, but he hasn't been somebody that's gotten consistent volume in that offense, even with no Mike Williams. Michael Thomas hasn't done anything since 2017, it feels like. This is a very tough one. I think if you're willing to gamble, I probably still go Zach Moss and just hope he finds the end zone. And if you rather play like a safer floor, then it's Curtis Samuel.
Ba-da-da-beep, ba-ba-da-da. Breaking news! Remember when I used to do that on the live streams?
No, not that.
Yes, I would make. You don't remember that?
Not that sound.
It's your Alzheimer's setting in. That's okay. We have breaking news from Jeremy Fowler. Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins is expected to play now on Sunday.
Damn it. That's a bad thing.
Sunday.
Because T. Higgins is like the ultimate troll when he's hurt. Because he can just go out there and be straight up decoy mode. And that's the worst part of it. That sucks. I kind of just wish he would have sat out for fantasy football reasons.
I feel like that happens a lot where it's like, oh, T. Higgins is playing. Oh, T. Higgins played 95% of the snaps. Oh, T. Higgins did not look healthy.
Yeah. Oh, T. Higgins got 1 target. Great. Yeah, that's the part that sucks.
So back to Sammy real quick. So we said Curtis Samuel since it's a full PPR league. Not sexy, but should be safe.
Safest.
CJ Houdat with another 5-bomb. Both of your opinions again, but we need to pick 6 instead of 5 this time. We've got Kyren Williams. We're going to lock in Kyren Williams. We're going to do that. Kyren Williams is in for a huge week.
Lock it in.
Alvin Kamara. We're going to lock Alvin Kamara.
Lock him in?
For sure. Locked in. Then we've got Addison, Devontae Adams. We're going to lock Devontae Adams in. That's 3 right there. Hollywood, Dante Foreman, Josh Palmer, Quentin Johnston, and Kendre Miller. Kendre Miller out of the equation. Quentin Johnston out of the equation. We're not going to focus on either of those guys. I'm probably going to go Jordan Addison with no Justin Jefferson.
Correct.
So that's 4. All right. So then we got to go Hollywood, Dante Foreman, or Josh Palmer for our last 2.
I think I play it safe with one, and I get a little bit risky with the other.
So the safe one is Dante Foreman?
Yeah, because there's really no one else healthy in the backfield of Chicago.
And we want to go for a little bit of upside for the other one?
I mean, Hollywood Brown's got touchdowns in like 3 or 4 straight weeks. So, I mean, that's kind of where I'm going.
Boom, look at that. 6. Locked it in for you, CJ. Dylan Kiergan, welcome to Holden Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation this evening. Julian J. Mangea. Probably didn't get it right, but I tried my best.
But you're probably pretty freaking close.
I'm probably decent there.
Yeah.
Romandre or Michael Pittman. It is a PPR league. Since it's PPR, I probably lean to Pittman.
I think I have to agree with that as well.
If Ramondre is playing a little bit better, given the matchup, I would probably say go with Ramondre. I do expect a decent bounce-back performance this week, but I am also willing to say I'm not going to risk it if I have a decent option over him.
Right.
I'm going to go Michael Pittman. And then Pittman or Nico Collins, no Tank Dell, which could be good and could be bad. It can help take some of the pressure off Nico Collins. However, it also leaves more opportunity to be double-teamed over by Nico Collins. I'd probably go Pittman here as well.
Yep, if you're looking for a little bit more safer option, it's probably going to be Pittman this week.
Look at us. We are just rolling tonight.
Yep.
Matt Walters celebrating his 1-month anniversary here with the Fantasy Headliners. Appreciate you, Matt. Thanks so much for being a member. Injuries got me down bad and did not get any of my waiver priorities.
Damn.
Need to pick up a running back. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to say some of these names, and I'm going to need to ask you not to puke on camera. Latavius Murray, Jordan Mason, Rashid Blackshear, Craig Reynolds, or Matt Breida.
How many do we need of these guys?
1.
Honestly,
Do we go Latavius Murray? He's the only one that I feel like is getting forced onto the field a majority of the time.
with no Gibbs, though, do we maybe see Craig Reynolds getting some garbage points like he did last week?
I don't think so, because I don't think there's going to be garbage time against Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay keeps it decently close at home. I think Detroit ends up winning it, but I don't think we're seeing any type of a game like we saw last week. I think this game ends within 14 points.
Man, I just don't know if I'd ever want to start Latavius Murray if I didn't have to. I mean, I get it. If it's me, personally, I'm going with Reynolds. It sounds like you're leaning a little bit more towards Latavius Murray.
For those goal line touches.
Yep.
Okay.
That's tough.
Matt, we couldn't agree on that one, but I will say...
You agree that they're all not good.
In our defense, they all suck. Brian Keith celebrating his 8th month with us as a part of Holden Chubb. Congrats, guys, on hitting 200,000. Brian, appreciate you. Thanks so much. Deshaun with the 2-bomb. If Tank D doesn't play, which it sounds like he is officially out,
Yep.
Dotson, Ahmed, or pick up Mechie. I'm probably going to go with Dotson here.
I mean, they don't throw him the football, but is Salvin Ahmed going to get a lot of touches in Miami? Maybe a few. Mechie hasn't seen consistent volume at all. You still got Bobby Trees and Nico Collins there. Yeah, I probably gamble with Dotson, but I don't love it.
There's a kid, I think his name is Brian Keith, running back for Miami. He's been active this year more than Salvin Ahmed has, and there's a few people out there that are saying that could mean he's the RB2 this week behind Mostert. But when you take a look at it, he's played a lot of special teams, so he might end up, that might be because, hey, he's played so much special teams, that's why they've had him active. But still, just, there's nobody, if Jeff Wilson was active, we'd be like, okay, it's probably going to be Jeff Wilson. But Jeff Wilson isn't even going to play this weekend now. I don't know if I want to risk it with that backfield, not knowing who it could end up being.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I guess if you want to try to gamble for a higher upside, obviously the best offense there is going to be that Miami offense. And if you're looking at the board and say who has the best chance at a touchdown, then I could probably say, hey, it's probably going to be that Miami offense. And then you gamble with Ahmed, but it's not a safe play by any means.
Buck wants to know if Tater retired. No, Tater did not retire. He moved his trailer and they don't get any internet where it is now. And or cell reception, so he hasn't been able to record or upload anything. He sends postcards now, which is really weird, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
A lot of hair.
Noah, celebrating 1 month here with the Fantasy Headliners, part of Full Chubb. You guys are the best. Noah, appreciate you. Should I start Chuba or Foreman this week in a PPR? PPR, give me Chuba.
Yeah.
Vic and a PPR flex Osborne, Higgins, or Palmer. Get Higgins out of there. I don't want to play Higgins.
I can't
over
trust
those
him. I
options.
just can't trust him.
Palmer's going to be your highest upside. Since it is a full PPR, I probably roll with KJ Osborne, though.
Yeah, in a full PPR, I think he sees the most volume. No Justin Jefferson in a decent matchup against Chicago.
808 all day in a full PPR and 1 point per rush attempt.
Okay.
We need to pick one wide receiver, one running back, and one flex between Mike Evans, Nico Collins, Tyler Boyd, Breece Hall, the Tubes, Jerome Ford, and annihilate that like button.
Like it.
I started to say annihilate like it was the name of the last name of a player, and I had to look at it for a second.
Who the hell is
then
that guy?
Then I read the rest of it, and I was like, oh, now I understand.
Okay, so for one wide receiver,
I'm going
now that
Mike
he's been
Evans.
off the injury report, I'm going with Mike Evans.
Boom. Lock it in.
For one running back, where are you going? I mean, I think we would like to say Breece Hall, but going up against Philly and the number one run defense is not ideal.
They are missing Jalen Carter, which helps.
That helps for sure.
But they've got like 95 defenders that can play up the middle and be just fine.
Yeah.
It's a full PPR. Honestly, your safer bet is going to be Chuba Hubbard. Your highest upside will end up being Breece Hall. But if you want to play it safe in a full PPR and 1 point per rush, I'm giving just a little bit of a bump to Chuba Hubbard over Breece Hall.
All right, and then at the flex play, do we go with Breece, Boyd, or Ford, or Nico Collins?
Definitely not Ford. F that guy. Nico Collins or Breece Hall for me, and I think it kind of comes back to the same thing we just talked about. If you want a little bit more upside, you probably go with Breece Hall. I probably still go with Nico Collins here.
Yeah, I mean, in that 1 point per rush attempt, I think personally it kind of locks in Breece Hall as my flex, just because even if he gets only 12 carries, it's 12 points right there.
Oh,
Facts.
it's 1 point. I was thinking like 0.1 points.
No, it
1
says
point's
1
a
point.
lot.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
it's got
starting
to
all
be
my
Breece Hall
running backs.
then. I was kind of, I said it, but it didn't until you said it. It didn't really explode in my mind that.
Perfect. It didn't annihilate your mind, Zach?
Yeah, because when you said 12 points just for running the football, I was like, oh yeah, you know what? That's got to be. So that's easy Chuba and Breece for me in those
That's why I'm here,
spots.
Kyle. That's
There
why
we go.
I'm here.
There we go. Katie Shimko, 1 and 4. Help pick 2.
Okay.
Higgins. Nah,
No.
I'm going to toss them to the side. Then we got Godwin, Osborne, and Downs. Going for upside over safety. Big grats on 200K. Katie, appreciate you.
If we're going for upside, I'm going Godwin and Osborne.
Yeah, that's
Downs
what I
may
was
see
gonna
the
say,
most
too.
volume, but I don't know if he gets a lot of touchdown opportunities.
Yeah, I would say Godwin and Osborne as well. If this was a PPR league,
Different story.
and Katie does not say, so I don't know if it is or not. If it's half or full, if it's half or standard, it's Godwin and Osborne. If it's a full PPR league, though, I almost kind of lean towards Osborne and Downs at that point.
If it's
we're
a full
looking for
PPR scoring,
upside.
I don't hate it. You know Gardner Minshew going to lock in on some Josh Downs.
Yes. Yep. Johnny Galvin, Ridley or James Cook in the flex. I think this is a Kasich class.
Basic class. What the hell is
classic
that?
case of upside versus floor. The floor is going to be with James Cook. The upside will be with Calvin Ridley.
Yep. Ridley's already played Indianapolis once this year, has 100 yards and a touchdown in that game.
Almost all of it in the first half. They adjusted in the second half and completely shut out Calvin Ridley. So it will be very interesting to see what they do. So he does have more upside over James Cook for me.
Yep.
And he says I have Kupp and Puka as my wide receivers, Bijan and Kenyon Williams as my running backs.
I don't know who Kenyon Williams is. I know
I'm
of
not sure
Kyron
either.
Williams.
I know who
It's gotta be
Kyron- yep.
Kyron, but whatever.
Wolson, Gustama, start Romandre or Pierce. It's still Romandre over Pierce for me this week. And then Hollywood Brown or Zay Flowers. Probably going to go Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood Brown has the higher touchdown upside. The safer floor has to be with Zay Flowers because they're going up against Tennessee. Tennessee's secondary is not great, and Zay Flowers is the guy getting close to 10 targets a week.
We have 1,070 people watching the stream right now and only 251 likes. So I think this
Unacceptable.
is definitely a classic case of if you don't hit the like button, your second string running back is going to get a big play touchdown called back due to a holding penalty tomorrow.
Oh, dang.
Your RB2. Just think about that. That's potentially like 10 points off the board because you didn't hit the like button today. Do you want that bad voodoo on yourself? I would say no. I would say no. So I'd hit that like button if I were you guys.
G-Rad just gifted 10 memberships, by the way. If you got one of those, be sure to say thank you.
Ricky. Congrats on 200,000. Appreciate you, Ricky. The funny thing is your channel wasn't giving great... The funny thing is if your channel wasn't giving great advice, we would show our league mates.
Yes.
We get that a lot.
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, people don't share it with their league mates very much.
His worst record right now is 2-3. So Ricky definitely having some success this year, it sounds like. Luis Atilis. Need advice. It's a PPR league. Should I give up Tajay Spears and Jalen Waddle for Tyler Lockett and James Cook? Yes or no?
I mean, if you need immediate running back help, like immediately, then I think about it, because obviously I think Cook is more startable right now than Spears. But if you're just looking to like add some bench depth or whatever, like I'm keeping Spears and Waddle. Waddle just had his first touchdown of the season. He just had his first game of the season with 10 targets. Like I can't just get rid of that guy just yet. Tyler Lockett hasn't done much of anything this year.
Figure out if there's a way. Can you give up somebody other than Jalen Waddle in that trade? If you can work that, I would take it.
Yes.
Because I'm sorry, the Tajay Spears is that he's overhyped right now. I'm sorry. He's has one fantasy viable performance this year, ladies and gentlemen. Let's slow the books on him. Yeah. Shorty, need lineup help in a full PPR. Need a running back, a wide receiver, and a flex. Mixon, Moss, Jonathan Taylor, Brian Robinson, Josh Palmer, and Josh Downs. Already starting Montgomery and Addison. Brian Robinson, I'm locking in at running back.
Okay.
That would be number one for me.
Okay. Then we're going to go to a wide receiver.
It's tougher for me from there.
The wide receiver, the only two we have to choose from is Downs or Palmer. So in a full PPR, give me the guy who's averaging almost double-digit targets in Downs with Minshew under center. So that's my wide receiver. And then at flex, we got a mixture between Mixon, Moss, Taylor.
Man, I would say Mixon if you want to play it safe.
Yes. He's probably going to touch the ball close to 20 times.
I just feel like I feel like I'm gonna say like I don't trust Zach Moss this week, and he's gonna run for 100 yards in a game that he has no business running for 100 yards in.
Right. So is that what you're saying? The safer option, Mixon, if you want to just gamble and just throw it out there on the table?
I'd probably go Mixon.
That's where I'm gonna go personally.
Yeah. Shorty. Need lineup help in a full PPR.
You just said that one. You just did it. Short-term memory loss. That was a Dory moment.
I don't remember saying Shorty. Did I not say his name and just go into the question?
No, you said his name.
Tim Menzies. Becoming a member for the 8th month. Need to flex 2. Jonathan Taylor, Mike Evans, Debo, or KJ Osborne. I'm already starting James Cook, Mostert, AJ Brown, and Ridley. PPR 10-team super flex. I'm leaning Mike Evans and Debo here.
I think I have to go for that higher upside with those two as well. I would like to say JT, but JT could literally be, hey, we're working him back in. He's still only going to get 10 touches. Is that enough? I don't know. I'd rather see it before I trust it. So I agree, Evans and Debo.
Kevin Lefebvre, Cook, Godwin, Swift, Puka, and AJ. Bench 1. I'm benching Godwin here.
Yep, I am too.
Boom.
Unless for some reason that's Dalvin Cook, and then I'll bench him.
Yeah,
but I'm thinking that's James Cook.
That's true. We are at an age where we see the name Cook now, and we just assume James Cook and no longer Dalvin.
Yeah.
Oh, the winds of change. Wise Elephant celebrating a month membership here, and Holden Chubb with the Fantasy Headliners. Appreciate you, Wise Elephant. Headliner Nation, couple questions. Number 1, should I start Laporta? Yes. He's still listed as questionable, but as far as I know, he was a full participant in practice at the end of the week.
I know, but last I heard was Friday. He participated in walkthroughs.
Yes.
So, I mean, does he see a full set of snaps? Maybe not. But I don't know if you should start him or not, because I don't know what your other option is at tight end.
And then do I start Mixon or King Henry this week in a PPR? I've still got Derrick Henry higher than Joe Mixon this week.
tough matchup for him going up against Baltimore, but those are going to happen at points throughout the season. We kind of just got to suck him up. It kind of sucks that he haven't had a couple big games prior, to this. It's going to be an uphill battle for sure. But Nick just gifted 5 memberships too, so be sure to say thank you. Hashtag Lit Nick in the chat.
Who?
Who?
Who? Who was it?
The littest of all Nicks.
Who's that?
Oh wow, I sense drama.
No drama.
Uh-huh.
I just
Sounds like drama.
I have to give Nicholas a hard time. And
Sounds
also,
like
by the way, Nick, that's what I'm gonna call you from now. I'm just gonna call you Nicholas from now on. Nothing more.
Yeah.
Ricky with the $10 donation. Questions
Okay.
for both. I'm assuming he wants both of our inputs. Question 1. Start 1 in a full PPR. Pittman, Stevenson, Hall, Nico Collins. Safe upside for me is going to be Pittman again. Highest upside is going to be Nico Collins. Safest floor. I say safest upside.
I wasn't listening to you.
I'm clearly drunk.
I know I have to answer this too, so I'm thinking in my head. Personally, I look at it as Pittman being the safer option in full PPR, but if I'm going to gamble, I'm going to go with the guy who at least we've seen some big plays from, and that's going to be Breece Hall, even though it's a tough matchup.
And
the
then,
higher upside.
Question, start 2 in a full PPR. Devontae Smith, Michael Pittman, KJ Osborne, and Nico Collins. Tank Dell's already ruled out. He's not playing tomorrow. So we don't even need to do a what-if scenario with Nico Collins. Starting 2 in a full PPR, Michael Pittman will definitely be one for me. And then I'm probably going to go Michael Pittman and Nico Collins here over Devontae Smith.
With Philadelphia, oh, man. I really feel like if there's going to be a week for Devontae Smith, that this could be it. And we know
he disappears so much.
I know, but the 2 starting cornerbacks for the Jets aren't playing, and that's a problem. You know what I mean? I feel like AJ Brown and Dallas Goedert been feeling so damn good lately.
Let me rephrase that. I'm going to say Michael Pittman, and then if you want the highest upside, Devontae Smith. If you want the safest floor, Nico Collins.
There you go. I can be okay with that.
There we go. Locked it in. Mikey S. Becoming a member or celebrating his 1-month membership here on Hole and Jub. Appreciate you, Mikey. Full PPR. Need 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. Collins, Hopkins, Flowers, Jacoby Myers, Romandre Foreman. And congrats on the subs and appreciate you guys. Mikey, appreciate you as well.
This one isn't easy either, Kyle.
2 wide receivers, full PPR. I feel like we've got to slot Jacoby Myers in a full PPR league.
I mean, this is where I was thinking. I was already thinking Myers. I agree for sure. But then part of me is like, how stupid am I going to sound on the internet trying to give some type of logical advice knowing that my other option may almost be Zay Flowers? That's what's scary because Zay Flowers has a great matchup against Tennessee. He's facing DeAndre Hopkins, who's got to go against the Baltimore defense. And Nico Collins has a matchup going up against New Orleans where you think he's probably going to get Marshawn Lattimore. And now there's no Tank Dell on the opposite side to take away some of that defensive attention. And that's what worries me a little bit. I feel like the 2 safest options are going to be Flowers and Myers. If you want to gamble for a higher upside, then it becomes Myers and Collins.
Now, do we sit Romandre and Foreman and play Myers, Flowers, and Collins? Because we can pick a flex here as well.
In a full PPR?
Yes.
I don't think I hate that. I don't think I hate that at all, Kyle. In a full PPR scoring.
Just out here doing the Lord's work.
That's what we're trying to do.
Rafael Agromonte. What can I join to see Kyle's betting picks? Well, if you want to see everybody's picks, not just my own, you can become a member here on the channel by hitting the blue join button and selecting one of the 3 tiers listed for either $5, $10, or $20 per month. I believe to get the betting picks, though, that's $10, right?
It's full chub or excessive chub.
So you have to be in either the $10 or the $20 tier, and then you get access to our Discord, which Anna has posted directions on. Anna, if you could post again, I will pin those to the top there. And that will get you access to our Discord, where we have a props bet channel where you can see us put all those things in. Also, this week and maybe in the coming weeks as well, we'll see how tomorrow works out. You can also join. We're going to have 2 streams on Sunday mornings now. The first stream will be our Odds Jam stream, where we talk about different pick'ems that we're going to be rolling through with on Underdog by using our friends over at Odds Jam to help us out with that. And then I'll do the members-only live stream right after that. So those would be like the 2 biggest areas.
Yep.
Or you could call me on my cell phone, 867-5309. Daniel celebrating a month here, and Holden Chubb. Happy to be a part of the Headliner Nation family. Daniel, you're not just a part of our family. You are a part of the exclusive family.
Yes.
Okay? The exclusive family. Now, you are Holden Chubb, which means you get just the tip, but that's okay. Sometimes that's enough for people. If you had to choose one between Romandre, Chuba, and DeMercado, who would you choose? If it's a full PPR, I'm probably going Chuba.
Did you change his last name to DeMercado? I thought I caught an L in there.
No, DeMercado.
Okay. What was the question? One between
DeMercadolo.
DeMercado. Chuba or Ramondre? It's not DeMercado out of this option for me. It's not him. So it's either between Chuba and Ramondre. Chuba probably has a better opportunity at a higher ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Ramondre is probably one of those guys like you just want to gamble with a little bit in hopes that the offense does something. But that offense has just been so bad as of late. Maybe they make a quarterback change here pretty soon, and it helps. But right now, I'm probably leaning towards Chuba. Which sounds so crazy to even think about or say. Vinny also says the tip works every time, not just every once in a while. The Super Mercado, I like that one. Great nickname.
You know where I have Chuba Hubbard right now?
I didn't ask, but you can tell us.
RB 18.
I mean, that's pretty high. Where's Stevenson?
20.
That's disgusting. That makes you throw up in your mouth. But yeah, I mean, I honestly, I don't disagree with it. I mean, that's Chuba against Miami is going to have more opportunities to score. Hopefully they just have like a bunch of checkdowns going his way because I have a feeling they're going to be losing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 1,120 people in the live stream right now. We only have 487 likes. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I've already told you once, if you don't hit the like button, your RB2 tomorrow for your fantasy team is going to have a big play touchdown called back. You don't want that to happen.
You don't want that.
Not only that, now that I've had to warn you a second time, your starting tight end tomorrow is going to have a 0 going into the fourth quarter. You're going to have to sweat it out. You're going to have to sweat it out. Will they end with a 0? Who knows? But if you don't hit the like button, you're going to have to sweat for the first 3 quarters.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how. I
don't want to do that.
Don't know how much clearer I can make this for you.
I'm not interested in sweating for the first 3 quarters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did it? Oh my God! It just scrolled again. Hold on.
It's David Weitzel, Hubbard or Stevenson, which we just answered. So it's still going to be Hubbard. See previous comment. And Addison or Ayuk in a full PPR, I'm still going with the higher upside of Ayuk over Addison as of right now.
Holy cow, Jake, we have fallen way behind in Super Chats.
We're trying, Kyle. We're trying.
So if we want to do a little back and forth, answer this one real quick.
Okay. I just did.
Oh, okay. So
Dan Steele has welcomed himself to Holden Chubb. Or full Chubb. He's in full Chubb now. Dan's got 2 hands worth of it.
Let's let this thing absolutely rip. Which side do you want? Live chat, super chat?
I'll do the super chat because yours somehow don't show up every once in a while.
This is true.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and kick it off.
Carlos Douglas Jr., full PPR, need one the flex out of KJ Osborne in the rain versus the Bears, or Tajay Spears or Jerome Ford in that tough matchup against the 49ers. Thank you guys. Love the work you do. Personally, I'm going to gamble. Even though it's supposed to be raining, I'm still going KJ Osborne.
I'm going to go, Vinny, I'm going to go Madison over Zach Moss tomorrow.
Daniel Penrod, what's going on out there? Daniel, I see you. Tight end, the fantasy kind of course question. Hunter Henry or Jake Ferguson in a PPR. Tomorrow is his birthday, so can I get 1 calf raise per year? He's turning 31.
Not tonight. We're too far behind right now. Maybe at the end. I'll definitely sing you happy birthday, though, later.
For sure. Out of the 2 questions between Hunter Henry and Jake Ferguson, though, until I can see anything better in that New England offense, give me Jake Ferguson.
Michael, Foreman or Algier tomorrow? Super crazy to say. I'm going to say Dante Foreman.
Benjamin Carmine, 3-2, 12-teamer PPR, have went and traded for Bijan and St. Brown. Got Mahomes, Brian Robinson Jr., Bijan, Nico, St. Brown, Kelsey, Pittman. On the bench, you got Gibbs, Pierce, London, Quentin Johnston, Algier. On your IR is Deontay Johnson. Any trades or move? Honestly, no. Don't mess with it anymore. You got great options at each position. Once they all get fully healthy, you're going to make a run.
Rhonda, in a full PPR wide receiver, Flowers, Myers, Collins, or Osborne. I have to pick 3. We're definitely going to go with Jacoby Myers in a full PPR. We're going to go with KJ Osborne. Then if you want more upside, it's going to be Collins. If you want to play it safe, it's Zay Flowers.
Ricky, in one league, I have Ridley starting at wide receiver spot. Who would you flex? Christian Kirk with Ridley being on the same team, or go Stevenson or Addison? I'm almost tempted to go Kirk. In this instance, honestly, I probably go Kirk as well. They both finished top 24 last week. Let's see if they can do it again.
Just mash the like. Olave, Addison, or Mixon in the flex spot and a full PPR. What do you guys think? Liking Addison's upside without JJ. Addison probably does have a little bit more upside, while Olave is going to be safer for me.
John Gui, becoming a member for the 25th month, wants a whole lot of let it flows and swag-rich emojis. Then we have Luis Alvarado. So full PPR, I'm starting CMC, obviously, but out of Kamara, Eckler, ETN, I need a flex, to flex one and start one. Should I trade CMC for Kupp? That is crazy that you have CMC, Kamara, and Eckler, and ETN. That is great. Should you grab Kupp? Yes. Do I want to trade CMC? I'm almost willing to hopefully see if they would take Eckler instead, if that's even a possibility. I don't know for sure. But honestly, if you're going to have to sit one of these guys each and every week, that sucks. You're obviously starting CMC, and then in a full PPR, the next one up, I have to say, if you want to play it safe, it's Alvin Kamara.
Sean Theodore, Lockett or Pittman? Go ahead and lock in Pittman tomorrow. See what I did there? Boom.
I got it. I hear that. Steven Dominguez. Hey, guys, long time, no chat. Joined Pristine Auction a couple weeks ago. Straight fire, he said. He loves himself some Pristine Auction. Travis upgraded his membership to full chub. 2 hands worth for Travis. And then Eric E., congrats on 200K. Need one flex and a half PPR. Kirk, Addison, Pittman, thank you. I can only choose one of them in a half PPR. I think if you want to play it slightly safer, you go Christian Kirk. If you're willing to gamble for higher upside, it's Jordan Addison.
Danny in a half PPR flex 1, Michael Pittman, Brian Robinson, or Josh Palmer. Gonna toss Josh Palmer out the window there. If you want to play it safe, it will be Michael Pittman, but I probably still roll. I'm sorry. If you want to play it safe, it's Brian Robinson, but if you wanted more upside, it's Michael Pittman. I probably stick with Brian Robinson tomorrow.
Man, fill in the blank has a tough one here. Congrats on 200, he says. Thank you very much. In a full PPR, I need to sit one out of Hopkins, DJ Moore, CeeDee Lamb, and Jordan Addison. The toughest matchup there has to be DeAndre Hopkins. Even though I love all these guys, D-Hop's going to be my odd man out. Joseph Heyman becoming a member for the 12th month. Hey, guys, what's up? Love the nation, 10-team PPR. I don't trust the game script for King Henry this week. Should I flex Nico, Foreman, or Ramondre over him? If you're for sure going to take him out and you don't want to roll with him due to the game script potentially this week, if we're only choosing out of these guys, if you'd rather play it safer with the safer floor, it's probably going to be Foreman. If you're willing to gamble for the higher upside, then it becomes Nico, but he is a little bit more risky.
Kevin Bettel, would you trade Joe Mixon for Brandon Ayuk? The only way I do that is if you're desperate for wide receiver help and your running backs are super solid. And I mean, like, Joe Mixon would be like your 4th of 3 running backs.
Brady Wren becoming a member for the 5th month. Full PPR, Hopkins, Flowers, or Nico Collins. In a full PPR, the safest option there for me is going to be Zay Flowers this week. Hightower 47 becoming a member for the 12th month. Atlanta defense against Washington or the Minnesota defense against Chicago. The way that Justin Fields and the Bears are playing right now, I'm not going to tempt it. Give me the Atlanta defense this week. And then Travis has become a member for the 20th month. Arby's has some good chicken, he says.
Ayuk or Kirk from Brad. If you're going to want more upside, it's going to be Brandon Ayuk. But Kirk will definitely have a much higher and much safer floor.
The Q becoming a member of the 27th month. What a crazy season, fellas. Thanks for all the great info. Do you guys see any big names being moved at the deadline? Honestly, probably not. Nothing like we would the big names. I mean, I think Ethan said one that I think actually has a chance, and that could be like Mecole Hardman, but that's not a big name, right? There's probably going to be some minor things there, but I don't know if I see any big name guys moving personally. Joe Cotting, what's going on? Joe says Jaylen Warren for Darren Waller. I'll get Warren, and I already have Laporta. Is this a good trade? It does give you some running back depth. Is it startable running back depth? Right now, it's really not. Obviously, you have Laporta, but he's not 100% healthy either. I hate to give up on Darren Waller right now. I only do that if you are in sheer desperation for running back help. If you're just doing this to add to your bench, then I probably hold off.
Daniel Davis, Josh Downs or Nico Collins? In a full PPR, Josh Downs. And a half PPR, Nico Collins if you want more upside, Josh Downs if you want more safety, and a standard league, Nico Collins.
Ray Guillermo says 4-1, any moves needed? Half PPR, got Fields, Brown, Ayuk, Eckler, Brees, Kenneth Walker, I'm guessing TJ Hawkinson. On the bench, you got Thomas, Rashee Rice, Jameson Williams, Tajay Spears, Zach Charbonnet. He absolutely loves the content. You have great depth everywhere with Brown, Ayuk, and then you have, I mean, I guess maybe your wide receiver depth could need a little bit of help because after Ayuk, it's a little bit bare. You're going to Michael Thomas or Jameson Williams. Honestly, though, I'm not trading anybody in that starting lineup to get any type of upgrades right now. You'll have to give up too much. So right now, I think you just stand pat. Ricky says questions for both of us, Kyle. So pay attention, he says, damn it. They're all PPR questions. Sit one in a full PPR out of Olave, Henry, or Nico Collins.
Nico Collins.
I'm sitting Nico Collins as well. Question 2, sit one out of Olave, Breece Hall, Stevenson, or Madison. Are we still sitting Stevenson over Madison?
Yes.
All right, so Stevenson's going to be our odd man out there. And then a question for the flex here, Hunter Henry or Jameson Williams in a guillotine league?
I really think they get back to using Hunter Henry this week. He's going to be the safest option. Jameson Williams has more upside, but the dude had 2 targets and 2 catches for 2 yards last week.
Yeah, not a whole lot. I think the gamble upside still Jameson Williams. He's not the safer option, though. Silas Wrightington. Need a flex out of Addison, Ayuk, Madison, or Olave. Only one of them? As of right now, without knowing if this is full or half PPR, give me Brandon Ayuk. The dude is just so great week in and week out.
Big Taz, T. Higgins or KJ Osborne? I'm going to take KJ Osborne there.
Peace unto you. Good situation to have Montgomery or Jacobs in my flex spot in a 10-team PPR. I have said it once and I will say it again. As much as I do like myself some Josh Jacobs, I will never sit David Montgomery in this offense as of right now in Detroit. They are too committed to giving him too many carries. M. St. G, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. Been around for 23 months himself. Congrats on 200K. I know that the channel covers fantasy football, and I hope you guys know it's about so much more than that. The channel has helped me more than you know in the last couple of years. I wanted to say thank you, M. St. G, man. We appreciate you out there for sure. Jose Hernandez, need a flex in a full PPR. Curtis Samuel, Josh Downs, Devontae Smith. If you're looking for a safer option in a full PPR, it's Josh Downs. If you want to gamble this week, the high upside play is Devontae Smith. For your running back 2, it's a choice between Ramondre Stevenson or Brian Robinson. For me, right now, it's still Brian Robinson this week. And then Ricky also asked, rank these tight ends, Jonnu Smith, Cade Otton, now that Evans we know is playing and Brian Branch is out, or Dawson Knox if Kincaid is out, Kincaid if Knox is out, and then Kyler Granson. There's a lot to unpack.
I don't think Knox is going to play this week.
Do we go Kincaid or Jonnu Smith?
Jonnu Smith over Kincaid.
Okay, Jonnu Smith probably the safer option.
Yep. Abe wants to know, are we going with Zach Moss or David Montgomery? We're going to go with David Montgomery. And then Hothifa wants to know Mixon or Waddle as the flex. If you want more upside, it's going to be Waddle.
Travis says Zach Moss, Alexander Madison, Ramondre Stevenson, or Justice Hill. He needs points. We all need points out there. Travis, show us the points. Sucks that Zach Moss is still part of the equation because we just don't know how much Jonathan Taylor is going to get. Out of those options right now, the safest option, I believe, in my opinion, is going to be Alexander Madison. If you want to just gamble and just hope for the bigger games, that's when it becomes Zach Moss, and just know that it's a huge, huge gamble. Tyler Atwood, 2 wide receivers and a flex out of Hopkins, Thielen, Gabe Davis, Puka, Terry, and Donta Foreman. My 2 wide receivers right there are going to be Puka and Thielen. In the flex then, I'm going to gamble. I'm going to go for Gabe Davis. Dude just continues to score touchdowns left and right each and every week. So give me Gabe Davis there in the flex as a high upside play.
Gallup or Higgins? Ooh. I probably still risk it with Higgins this week, as much as I hate that.
Oof. Ricky says if Kincaid is active, need to start one tight end between Knox, Otten, or Granson. Ugh.
I don't think Knox is playing. I would go with Otten here.
I go Otten. I don't love it, but that's where I would go as well. Anthony Castaneda. Anthony Castaneda. I'm going to lock that in as my final answer. Waddle, Kirk, or Madison for the flex. I know people have expected more from Jalen Waddle, but I just can't bench him yet. I'm going Jalen Waddle. Ryan Rami. Howdy. Start 2 out of Pittman, Evans, and Nico Collins. Give me Pittman and Evans there as of right now. This is their 5th super chat on a live stream, it has told me here on YouTube, so thank you very much for that, Ryan. Ricky then says, traded away Ayuk for Devontae Smith. Was that a bad trade in a full PPR? Was it a bad trade? No. But you traded a guy who's very consistent week in and week out for a guy who's more boom or bust that really can win you a matchup by himself or really hurt you by himself. He's just not as consistent. Christian Campos, hey guys, have a tight end dilemma. In a standard league, you have Waller and Kittle. Kittle is in your lineup, but Logan Thomas is on waivers. Should you drop Darren Waller to pick up Logan Thomas and start him? I mean, Logan Thomas as of late has been the number 1 option for Sam Howell in that offense, which is absolutely crazy considering the options he has. Do I want to just drop Darren Waller just yet? I really don't want to. If it's me, I just roll with Kittle one more week and let's see what happens. Jay King becoming a member for the 11th month. Non-PPR 6-point passing touchdowns. Need to know what I do. Fields or T-Law, Tyreek, Ridley, and Addison in the lineup. Should I replace Addison with Higgins? No, I'm going to keep Addison in there because I just can't trust T. Higgins. So out of Fields and T-Law, as of right now, I still have Justin Fields slightly higher. And even with the 6-point passing touchdowns, Trevor Lawrence hasn't been throwing very many anyway.
Angel wants to know Kyron Williams or Brandon Ayuk in a full PPR. I'm going to lock in Kyron Williams. Pretty easy here. And then Pitts, Jonnu Smith, or Hunter Henry in a full PPR. Jonnu Smith is going to be your safest upside.
Jose Hernandez says need a flex in a full PPR flex. Curtis Samuel, Josh Downs, or Devontae Smith. Running backs are Ramondre Stevenson or Brian Robinson. Sounds familiar with a bunch of these names. Still locking in Brian Robinson there at running back. In a full PPR for just one of them, the safer option is going to be Josh Downs. If you want to gamble for that higher upside, it's Devontae Smith. Cold Brew Samurai becoming a member for the 14th month. Says, what's up, guys? Thomas, Cooper, Gallup, or Atwell? I need 2 of these guys. Out of Michael Thomas, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, or Tutu Atwell. Ooh, this is what you call not pretty right here. I'm going to go with Michael Thomas and Tutu Atwell. And I know that may sound crazy not choosing Amari Cooper, but Amari Cooper going up against San Francisco with a backup quarterback is just not something I'm looking forward to. So give me Thomas and Atwell. Out of Waller or Logan Thomas, give me Logan Thomas this week. And then Pittman, Olave, or Osborne. I joined too many leagues and you need help. Hey, there's never too many. Actually, there is probably a limit for too many leagues. But out of this last option between Pittman, Olave, and Osborne, I think if you want to play it safer, you go with Pittman. If you want to gamble for the higher upside, it's Olave. Luis Alcantar sending us a keep it up sticker. I appreciate that, Luis. We're sure as hell trying. I haven't taken a drink in quite a while. Charles Hudgens, start one. The Lions defense or the Patriots defense? Lions defense or Patriots defense here. I got the Patriots defense a little bit higher. Detroit's a little bit banged up there on defense, and we know Jimmy G's good for some interceptions.
Pluto YouTube, Christian Kirk or Mike Evans, please, in a half-point PPR. Give me Christian Kirk there.
Joshua Anderson. Thank you so much for the donation. His first ever super chat here on a stream. Thank you very much. G-Rad becoming a member for the first month. My dudes, solidifying my Pittman truth train. Almost started Stevenson the same. Thanks for smacking me out of it. Hey, that's what we're here for sure. Patrick Mullen, appreciate you out there. He says, you guys rule. Started watching last season. Thanks for all the good videos. Would you trade Josh Allen for Breece Hall and Jacoby Myers in a half PPR and 4 head kisses? Would I trade Josh Allen for Breece Hall and Jacoby Myers? That really depends what other quarterback options you have. We were going back and forth with somebody on Discord this past week that still had Justin Fields on his waiver wire. So if you have a great option at quarterback on your waiver wire or maybe on your bench, then I think about it if you really need that added depth. But I'm not just giving it away for you to stash some bench guys. How about Derek Preston? Says, sup guys, fix my flex in a PPR. Got Jonathan Taylor, Stevenson, or KJ Osborne. I think if you want to play it safer here, it's KJ Osborne. If you're willing to gamble and just have no idea how the hell it's going to turn out, then it turns to Jonathan Taylor. Chris Breslin, Zay Flowers or Tyler Lockett. Give me Zay Flowers and his 10-plus targets a week. Thank you so much for your first super chat as well.
Scuppy, pick 2. Deflex, Nico Collins, Joe Mixon, Scary Terry, or DJ Chark. Out of all of those options there, I'm probably still going to lean towards Nico Collins and Joe Mixon if you want the most upside paired with a nice safe floor.
AP Zibby becoming a member for the 19th month. Congrats on 200K, guys. Appreciate that. Eager to see how big the nation can get. That's what she said. Hurts or Cousins? This week, I still have Hurts higher. Also, Burrow or Stafford? Out of those two, let me check. They're close. I have Matthew Stafford one spot higher. Also, in PPR, Waller, Henry, or Knox. This week, I'm gambling once again. It's not sexy, but give me Darren Waller. Jorge Monterez. Good evening, gentlemen. What's going on, Jorge? Need to start one running back in a full point PPR between Foreman, Hubbard, or Stevenson. Being that it's full PPR, give me Chuba Hubbard there. He also says congrats on 200K. Rene Chabre. That's a very fancy name. Rene Chabre. PPR, Myers, Kirk, Pittman, Godwin, Nico Collins. I can pick 2 of them. If you want to play at the 2 safest options, it's Myers and Kirk. If you want to gamble for a little bit more upside, it becomes Myers and Godwin. Thank you so much for your first super chat here as well. Jonathan
Yarbe.
How'd you know?
Yarbe.
How'd you know where I was at? Are you following along?
Yeah.
Fellas, thank you for the help. Need 2 running backs, half PPR, 14-team league. You got Rashad White, Brian Robinson, Saquon Barkley, Chuba Hubbard, Tajay Spears, Damian Pierce. You have Puka, CD, Genome, DJ Moore, and Logan Thomas already playing. So we need 2 running backs out of those options. Man, I'm going to go with Brian Robinson as one of them. And in a half PPR scoring format, I'm going to lean right now because Saquon is still so far up in the air that we have no idea with Rashad White. I don't love that, though. I really don't love it. But
one question I keep saying over and over in the chat real quick, Justin Herbert or Matthew Stafford, like 5 people have asked this now. We've got Justin Herbert higher than Matthew Stafford this week.
Yep, by 2 spots. Christian Campo says, congrats on the 200K, fellas. Let's go. Roy Chica, need a flex play. Olave, Kirk, Addison, Nico, or Garrett Wilson. Only one of these options. If you want to play it the safest option, you go Christian Kirk. If you want to gamble for more upside, it's Olave. Joshua Anderson says, is this a good trade? George Pickens for Amari Cooper. Honestly, right now, with Deshaun Watson being injured, give me George Pickens right this second. Go Bills. PPR, Godwin, Olave, D-Hop, or Hollywood. I don't know how many I can choose here, so I'm going to put them in order. As of right now, I'm going to go Olave, Godwin, Hollywood, D-Hop. DJ Quill, Olave, Godwin, or Downs. Man, so many names sounding so familiar here. In a full PPR, the safest option here is going to be Josh Downs. He gives you the safest floor due to volume. If you want to gamble for that higher upside, it becomes Olave.
Johnny Morales wants to know, would you take this trade, receive Puka and Bijan, give away Henry, Kyron Williams, and Flowers? Yeah, I probably end up taking that trade if I can get Puka and Bijan for that price.
Rishi Sony, what's going on? Says, yo, need some help. Full PPR. Pick 3 out of the 4. Debo, Pittman, Addison, or DJ Moore. So I have to sit one of those guys. Personally, I like to gamble. I'm a gambler, so I'm going to sit Pittman there and shoot for the higher upside of Addison. Also, Barkley or Antonio Gibson. Can we rely at all on Saquon Barkley right now? I just don't know if we can.
Over Antonio Gibson, I will.
I mean, at that point, probably. I mean, I don't try to like either one of them if I'm being honest. And then thanks, guys. You're seriously the best to do it. 100% appreciate you, Rishi. Yeah, I mean, hopefully. Has anything come out? I didn't even look today. Is there like a certain snap count for Saquon or what?
While you look for that real quick, Rishi Sony, that is his 20th super chat. here with the
Appreciate
headliners.
him.
Appreciate you, Rishi. Are we going with Kirk or Addison in a PPR? I'm going to go with Kirk. Cooper or Palmer this week? Cooper's going to be safer. Palmer is going to have more upside for me. Anderson, 2 wide receivers and a flex. Smith, Addison, Collins, Olave, and Hall for the flex. 2 wide receivers, Devontae Smith. And if you want the most upside, we're going to go Devontae Smith and Olave. If you want to play it a little bit more safe, it's probably Olave and Addison. And then for the flex there, if you want, I mean, if you're looking for a nice balance of all combined, then I go Smith, Addison, and Olave.
I mean,
Nothing.
I'm not seeing anything new. I mean, still not 100%.
Philly, is Sam Laporta out? No, he's not out. He is questionable. He practiced yesterday.
Yeah,
Choose
I mean,
2,
he's
Scary Terry,
still
Amari
recovering.
Osborne, or Tyler Boyd. Well, T. Higgins is going to come back, so I'll probably scoot away from Tyler Boyd this week. Give me Osborne for sure if you want more upside, Scary Terry if you want to play it safe, Amari Cooper.
I mean, as of right now, until I get more word on Saquon Barkley, I don't know if I can really select him in anything for right now. It's still highly, I mean, the amount of work that he could potentially get is still peaks and valleys right now. So I'm not, especially
Peaks and valleys, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river
anyway, especially going up against
wide
Buffalo.
enough,
It's not like it's some easy
baby.
matchup either. Rough
If you
Times wants to know
need
between
me,
one running back and
call
one
me.
flex: Barkley, Foreman, Ford, the
No
Arizona
matter
running
where
backs,
you
or
are,
Higgins.
No matter how far.
We literally just lost 20 people watching.
No, we didn't.
One running back and one flex. I'm gonna go with Foreman and the flex play. God, I really wish I knew more about Barkley. I really did, because a lot of people. Barkley's gonna have to be somebody you look at tomorrow morning first thing to see how much are we really gonna have, if any, of Saquon Barkley. Like that's I just can't as of right now until we get more information. So for that second option there with Ford being the running back, I'll gamble and go Higgins there at the flex. Rhode Island need 2 flexes in a PPR between Godwin, Cooper, Waddle, and Moss. Give me Godwin and Waddle there. Thomas Edard. Either way, I think I got you covered. Thomas, welcome to Full Chubb here. Jose Hernandez need a flex in a full PPR. Curtis Samuel, Josh Downs, or Devontae Smith. Just one of them. In a full PPR, your safest option is going to be Josh Downs. If you want to gamble, then it becomes Devontae Smith. For your running back 2, you got Stevenson or Brian Robinson. Give me Brian Robinson. Vic, Tua or Burrow tomorrow? I have Tua a couple spots higher, even in that 4-point passing touchdown league. Devonair, welcome to Holden Chubb. Nicholas Howard, desperate need of consistent running back. Consider trading A.J. Brown or Keenan Allen for a QB. If this is only a 1 QB league, I'm not trading a top wide receiver for a quarterback in a 1 QB league. I'll continue to stream, even though I know you're looking for something consistent. You can't afford to lose a piece like that in a 1 QB league. And then Chris L., start 1 flex and a wide receiver out of Cook, Olave, Garrett Wilson, and Higgins. Give me Cook and Olave there.
Ahmed, Hill, or Spears? Give me some Justice Hill to score a touchdown this week. Should I trade James Cook and Kirk? Got JJ. I'm 1-4. Are you saying should you trade James Cook and Christian Kirk for Justin Jefferson? I'm not. Justin Jefferson could miss 8 weeks based on new reports. I'm not risking trading for Justin Jefferson unless I'm giving up crap.
So much crap. Demetrios Asproyanis. What's going on? Says, what's up, guys? D-Dog here. What's going on, D-Dog? Non-PPR starters, Stafford, Mason, Hall, Mostert, Amon-Ra. Flowers, Goddard. Defense is the Ravens. Kickers is Moody. Bench is Goff, Foreman, Reynolds, Osborne, Atwell, Ferguson. Change it or keep it? Right now, honestly, I like the way you got it. I'm not changing anything in your starting lineup. I'm keeping it as is. Appreciate you out there, D-Dog. Ben King becoming a member for the 1 month here on Holden Chubb. Says, congrats on 200K PPR flex. Do I start Chuba or Stevenson? Right now, we got Chuba slightly higher. Also, what is your most prized possession within your office where you guys do your live streams? My most prized possession? I don't know. I have really big framed pictures of jerseys of Jamar Chase and Nick Chubb over here where you cannot see. Those are probably 2 of them right there. Kyle's looking. How about this? You want to know what my most prized possession is, Kyle? This one's easy. I figured it out. It's the YouTube button.
I was going to say either the YouTube button or for sentimental reasons, it's the signed autograph of Maglio Ordonez over here because my dad and I were at the game that he hit this home run.
Yeah, right there. Briz, what's going on? Briz says, what's good, fam? DeMarcado or Foreman rest of season? Rest of season, I don't think either one of them are really a thing rest of season. You have to expect some of those running backs getting healthy here in the next week or so for Chicago. DeMarcado, same thing. Once Connor comes back, we're never going to hear this guy. Plus, Keontae Ingram comes back as well. If I had to pick one, like you're making me do it, I'll say DeMarcado, but I don't like it. Also, pick one out of Ayuk, Addison, or Michael Thomas. Full PPR. Hit the like button, everyone. Personally, still, I'm going with Brandon Ayuk. No, thank you. Foreman for next week. RB1 and RB2 by have White and Jaleel. Honestly, I don't know. I haven't looked at next week just yet. We don't even know who's going to be healthy yet next week for the Chicago Bears. I mean, you can maybe pencil him in, but I wouldn't be overly reliant on him as of right now till we know what's going on next week.
Congrats on 200K from Darth X1S and a full PPR. For my flex, should I start Kirk, DeMarcado, or Matt Breida if Saquon plays? This is easily Christian Kirk beyond a doubt for me.
Bango, what's going on, Bango? Bango Shanks first. Need to flex in a full PPR, Zay Flowers or Nico Collins. If I can only choose one of them, I'm going to go with Zay Flowers this week. I'm also running Tyreek Hill and Ridley, 200K. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you, Bango. Jose Toscano, hey guys, would you start DeMarcado or Chuba? For me, personally, this week I'm going Chuba. He says, always thanks for helping me out. Absolutely, Jose, thank you so much for the support. Augustin, it's Iralde. D-Hop or Nico Collins, and then Laporta or Mark Andrews. For me, I'm going Mark Andrews, so that way I don't have to worry about the injury concerns of Laporta. Out of D-Hop and Nico Collins, it's not a great matchup for D-Hop, so I'll probably gamble a little bit in hopes that we see added volume going the way of Nico Collins with no Tank Dell. Conflicted. Recommendations, please. 10-team PPR, 2 flexes. We got Stroud, Waddle, Chase, Kupp, Collins, Jacobs, Mixon, Laporta. On the bench, you got Dak, London, Lockett, Higbee, Chuba, Reed, and Shaheed. Let's see here. So we're not making any quarterback changes. Let me see. Quarterback, we got Dak, Stroud. Okay, so that's good. We have Waddle, Chase, Kupp. You got Collins, Jacobson, like that. So no, I'm not making any changes. The only thing we're paying close attention to is just Laporta, just to make sure nothing new comes out earlier in the morning tomorrow. Chris Garcia dropping a $20 dono. I appreciate you out there, Chris. That was his first ever super chat live here on the channel. Thank you so much, Chris Garcia. Mason Routhier becoming a member for the 29th month, 200K. Let's go in a standard league. Need a flex if Barkley doesn't play. Josh Palmer or KJ Osborne. Don't worry, the rest of my team is better. Awesome. I figured it would be Mason, and I'm going to gamble there, and I'm going KJ Osborne. Brad Early, thank you so much for your $2 donation there, first ever here on the live stream. Mini Jordan 718, pick 3 in a full PPR between Mixon, James Cook, Kyron Williams, and Alvin Kamara. In a full PPR, I'm locking in Kamara. I'm locking in Kyron Williams. And then for the third option there, it's going to be between Mixon and James Cook. Right now, just give me the volume of Joe Mixon. He's probably going to have the safer floor this week. If you want to gamble the higher upside, it becomes James Cook. But right now, I'm going Mixon, Kyron, and Kamara.
2 wide receivers and a flex from Anderson, Cheek, Smith, Addison, Collins, Olave, and Hall. Oh, I already answered that question. Let me find another one here. Oscar, pick 3 for a PPR. Evans, Nico, Flowers, Breece Hall, Joe Mixon. Let's go Zay Flowers. Let's go Mike Evans. If you want to play it safe, it's Joe Mixon. If you want more upside, it's Nico Collins.
Artform 74, Jake and Kyle, love you guys. You two are the truth. Need a flex out of Ayuk, Stevenson, and Amari Cooper. Right now, I'm sticking with Brandon Ayuk. I know that the matchup's not great, but Stevenson hasn't done much in a week, and that offense sucks. And Amari Cooper playing with a backup quarterback in a difficult matchup. Austin Santiago, Debo, or Hollywood as your wide receiver 3. If it's your wide receiver 3, I'm going to gamble on the higher upside. Give me Debo. Moss, Madison, Hubbard, or Osborne at your flex spot. I don't know if this is full PPR or not. It does not say. If this is a Full PPR, I'm going to lean towards Hubbard. If it's anything else, I'll gamble on the upside of Osborne. Or should you be starting Debo and Hollywood? Okay, so that's another option there. That's probably your highest upside right there, is Debo and Hollywood, starting them both. If you'd rather play it slightly safer, it becomes Debo and Hubbard. Big Luscious 68. Flex 2 out of Kirk, Pittman, and Addison. Man, there's a lot of people out there looking for Kirk, Pittman, and Addison. So many people have these guys on their roster. I think if you want to play the two safest options, it's Kirk and Pittman. If you want to gamble for the higher upside, it's Kirk and Addison. Erwin Garcia, for a half PPR super flex, would you start Geno or Puka for the flex? I have Josh Allen as your other quarterback. Also, I have AJ and Keenan as your wide receivers. So you're pretty set everywhere. So really, it's Geno or Puka for your flex spot in a half PPR. I get that is a great option. I mean, if you'd rather just play it safe, Puka is going to give you the safer floor in a half PPR scoring, but he's not going to have the same ceiling that a quarterback will have if he goes out there and throws for 250 and 2 touchdowns. You know, we don't need a huge game from Geno for him to outscore Puka. Personally, I still typically put the quarterback in that super flex spot. Jose Hernandez, need a flex full PPR. Curtis Samuel, Josh Downs, Devontae Smith. I feel like we've seen this one so many times. It keeps repeating itself. It's actually in there back-to-back times. So it's got Josh Downs for the safer play, Devontae Smith if you're willing to gamble, and then Brian Robinson over Ramondre Stevenson. Vanilla Villains, Dynasty 1 quarterback PPR, start 2 out of Hall or Cook at running back. If it says I can start 2 and there's only 2 listed, if I had to choose between James Cook or Breece Hall, I'll gamble on the higher upside of Breece Hall, even though the matchup's difficult. Minshew or Dobbs at quarterback? Give me Minshew here this week in a better matchup. Also say this into the camera if you could, please. Hey, Will, your aging team sucks. Biscuits and ale? More like Triscuits and kale. Vanilla Villains owns you. All right, Kyle. I just did that for somebody.
Holy cow. All right. Leo wants to know in a full PPR, are we going Romandre or Zach Moss? I'm going to lean Romandre in a full PPR by a little bit. And then Douglas wants to know, would you trade Debo and Brian Robinson Jr. for David Montgomery? I see where your head is at. It's still a little too much for me. I say no.
Rishi Sony again. Appreciate you. Says, yo, Cole Kmet or Jake Ferguson in a full PPR? Thanks again. I'm going for the higher upside of Cole Kmet and just hopes that Justin Fields can keep this ball rolling. Ed Miller, half PPR start 2 wide receivers out of Garrett Wilson, Thielen, Kirk, Flowers. Man, that is really tough. If you want to play at the 2 safest options, it's Thielen and Flowers. If you want to gamble for higher upside, it's Thielen and Kirk. Tight end, you got Ertz, Kmet, or Logan Thomas. This week, if you want to gamble for that higher upside, it's still Kmet. If you want to play it a little bit safer with a safer floor, it's Logan Thomas. And then another one, full PPR wide receiver start 2 out of CD, Ridley, Flowers, Davis, or Lockett. So many good options there. I'm going with CeeDee Lamb. If it doesn't happen this week, it's probably not going to happen all year for CeeDee Lamb. So I'm going to take this great matchup in hopes that they use him this week. And after that, if you'd rather play it slightly safer, it's Zay Flowers. But me, I'm a gambler. I'm going CD and Ridley. And then lastly, you have Logan Thomas, Kittle, or Kmet. Same thing as before. If you want to shoot for the fences there, it's Kmet. If you want to play it safer, it's Thomas. Jose Toscano, also, would you start Thielen or Pittman? I still think Thielen's going to be slightly safer week in and week out than Pittman is. Dan Steele, T-Law, or Kirk? I have Trevor Lawrence 2 spots higher this week than Kirk Cousins. Chicago say 20 minus 20 already. Thanks, Taylor. You're talking about something that probably Travis Kelce scored against you. I hear you. Matt says Higgins or White in a half PPR. Being that I just can't trust Higgins, give me Rashad White coming off the bye week. Bradley Davis becoming a member for the 27th month says congrats on 200K. Lamar Collins, Flowers, Stevenson, Pacheco, Ertz, and Lamb. On the bench, you have Waller, Ford, Godwin, Reynolds. Could add Elijah Moore, PPR 1 and 4. I don't know if there's a question there. If that's just your overall team, Collins, Flowers, Stevenson, Pacheco could really use some help at the running back position. Maybe if Godwin pops off this week, maybe you can try to flip him for a decent RB2, maybe. Pete Wheeler, should I drop Miles Sanders for Rashad White in a standard for the rest of the season? If you need immediate help, honestly, right now, Miles Sanders not being healthy isn't helping anyone. So if you need to start somebody right now, even though Rashad White's not really a standard format type of guy, he's definitely going to score more points over the next few weeks than Miles Sanders. IJR 159, appreciate your $20 donation. Half PPR, who do I start? 3 wide receivers and a flex. Chase is already locked in. Then you got Hollywood, Devontae Smith, Garrett Wilson, Nico. 2 running backs out of Pierce Stevenson, Spears, Hadachan. And then at tight ends, you got Ertz or Logan. All right, so for your 3 wide receivers, we locked in Chase. I'm going to lock in Devontae Smith as well. I'm going to shoot for the high upside in this lineup. And then the third option, I'm going to go with Hollywood Brown. For your running back, we need 2 of them out of Pierce, Stevenson, or Spears. I'm not starting Spears just yet, so give me Pierce and Stevenson at tight end. I'm going to say if you want to play it safer, it's Logan Thomas. And honestly, that's probably the direction I'm going in that tough matchup for Ertz this week.
Would I trade Moss for Najee? Yes, but I would try to get a little bit more out of the deal first. I don't want to make that deal straight up. I want to try and get a little bit more for that because I think you probably can squeeze a little bit more out right now. And then Saquon or Stevenson this week, this is a really, really tough one for me and a tricky one. If we hear reports that Saquon is going to end up being a full go, I will still go with Saquon over Stevenson. If we hear about any type of a limited snap count, then I'll go with Stevenson.
Let's see here. I see you, Mark. Mark says start 2 running backs, 2 flexes, in a full PPR at a JT Moss, Saquon, Chuba, Foreman, wide receivers Godwin, and Garrett Wilson. Okay. See, this is where it's going to be super tough because we don't know about the Indianapolis backfield between JT and Moss. And you have Saquon, who we still don't know how much he's really going to see this week, if any. So that's an issue there with those first 3. Chuba, Foreman, and Godwin. Or excuse me, there's only 4 other guys left. Chuba, Foreman, Godwin, and Garrett Wilson. Do I absolutely love those? Probably not. Honestly, I probably go with the safety at running back and say Chuba and Foreman. And then at your 2 flex spots, I'll go with Godwin. And then if we hear something in the morning that Saquon's a full go, hit Saquon. If it's not, I will gamble and just cross every finger and toe I have and throw in Jonathan Taylor in hopes that that works out. Ricky, question for both of us. Stevenson or Breece Hall in a full PPR? I'm still leaning towards Breece Hall. How about you, Kyle?
For what? Sorry.
Breece Hall or Stevenson in a full PPR?
I still have Breece Hall. Ooh, I have Stevenson 1 spot ahead of Breece Hall.
Yeah, I'm just taking that big play in hopes he can bust one big one there for Breece Hall. Dustin Stone becoming a member of the 14th month. Detroit's defense or Atlanta's defense? With Detroit's defense banged up right now and Tampa Bay coming off the bye, give me the Atlanta defense. Rome 710, CeeDee Lamb and DeAndre Hopkins for Justin Jefferson and T. Higgins. You're 3-2. Maybe I'm old. Maybe I got old balls, Kyle. I don't know, but I am not trading for Justin Jefferson right now. I'm just not doing it. I don't.
Unless I'm giving up like some bench guy that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, CeeDee Lamb and DeAndre Hopkins, they're 2 guys that you can still start. I'm not willing to risk it. What happens if Jefferson's out for up to 8 weeks? If that's the case, your fantasy season's pretty much over, and if you don't make the playoffs, that trade absolutely tanked your team. So I just can't do it right now. Herb Wilson. Full PPR, Chase as your wide receiver 1. Do you pick D-Hop or Evans for your wide receiver 2? Personally, it's going to be Mike Evans for me. You have ETN and Kyron as your flexes. Also, do I gamble on Laporta or go with Waller or Kmet? If it's me, if you don't want to take the risk of Laporta and his health and maybe a decreased snap count, I would go with Cole Kmet here this week. Also, your first super chat here. Thank you so much.
You know what trading for Justin Jefferson right now reminds me of? One of those websites that you go to buy stuff online, and it's like NFL jerseys that you can get them like super cheap, and you're like, oh my God, these are so awesome. I get them super cheap. And then they come in the mail, and then instead of being Justin Jefferson, it's Justin Efferson because they forgot the J.
Right.
And it's like, well, I can't even wear this. So what was the point? That's what trading for Justin Jefferson right now would be like.
Kind of what it feels like. Full PPR. Oh, this is for you kidding. Full PPR, Stevenson or Hubbard? We still have Hubbard a little bit higher. Eric Munoz Jr., full PPR, Stevenson or Foreman? Then pick 1 wide receiver and a flex out of Evans, Garrett Wilson, Nico, D-Hop, and the remaining running back. You're currently 2-3. Got to win to get to 3-3. So out of Stevenson and Foreman, In a full PPR, I gamble and go with Stevenson still. Then between your one wide receiver and your one flex, your wide receiver would be Mike Evans for me. And then for your flex play, it's either going to be Foreman, Wilson, Nico, or D-Hop. If you want to play it a little bit safer, you go Foreman. If you're willing to gamble on a higher upside, it's Nico this week. RB... Our Bantner, I have no idea what that says. Debating on a flex, Donta Foreman or Cole Kmet. I really just can't flex a tight end. Maybe it's because I'm 42 years old. I don't know what it is, but give me the running back there and the touches. Give me Donta Foreman. Danny and Greg, full PPR, trying to go 5-1, lacking at wide receiver, starting Ayuk and Kirk. Flex 2 between Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Flowers, and Osborne. If you want to play it safer in your flex, it's going to be Flowers and Osborne in a full PPR. That's probably your safest option. If you wanted to gamble for a little bit higher upside, then it becomes Flowers and Breece Hall for me. Joseph becoming a member for the second month, and it just scrolled on me. Hold on a second.
Wait, who was it?
Joseph
becoming a member for the second month. For Keenan Allen, I was just offered Justin Jefferson and Thielen. 10 PPR league will vote EOS on whether to transition to a keeper league. Thoughts? Since you don't even know if it's going to be a keeper league yet, I'm still not making that deal. You're giving it way too much in Keenan Allen.
Julio Pena. Bench one in a PPR. You got Etienne, Bijan, Mostert, or Kenneth Walker. Damn, we got to bench one of those guys? I'm not benching Bijan. I'm not benching Kenneth Walker. So it's between Mostert and Etienne. I don't see how I can bench Mostert. It's going to be Etienne, but I absolutely hate to do that. Maybe you can work a trade here pretty soon and get yourself something somewhere else so you don't have to make that decision every week there, Julio. Tan Fam says full PPR, 12-man, trade Laporta for Ridley and Ingram. Laporta for Ridley and Ingram, I would do that. Yes, absolutely. Other wide receivers and tight ends are Hunter Henry, DJ Moore, CeeDee Lamb, Chase, Pittman. If you're getting Calvin Ridley and Evan Ingram for just Sam Laporta, I'm making that trade. IJR159, forgot to say thanks and great job, guys. Thank you for the weekly advice. No problem. We appreciate you out there. Jake Holgate, 10-team full PPR, Fields, Jacobs, Pacheco, Tyreek, Higgins, Kelsey, Amari Cooper. On your bench, you have Jefferson, Spears, Rice, Burrow, Stevenson, Sanders, Mingo, Jeff Wilson Jr. Any moves, you're 4-1. I don't love Amari Cooper right now in your flex spot. Personally, that is just a huge risk play, right? Because we have no idea what to expect from this offense. No Deshaun Watson again this week in a difficult matchup going up against San Francisco. So that absolutely worries me. With PJ Walker at quarterback, we don't really know what to expect there. If it's me, I'm probably going Stevenson over Cooper, but otherwise, not bad. As long as Miles Sanders can get healthy at some point, you should be okay. Justine Garcia, half PPR, pick 2 out of Adams, Ridley, Waddle, or Myers. That sucks. I want to start them all. Devontae Adams has to be one of them. If you want to go, man, we're not going to end up having to. So many freaking options. I'm going Devontae Adams, and I'm going with Jalen Waddle over Ridley by a hair because you have the volume of Adams already in your lineup. And then we have to pick 2 out of Kamara, Mixon, or Hall. Those 2 are going to be Kamara and Mixon for me here. If Laporta doesn't play for some reason, Schultz, Hunter, or Conklin, I'm probably still going to lean towards Hunter Henry in hopes that they force feed him the ball some more this week. And then the defenses out of Detroit, New England, Las Vegas, or Atlanta. Give me New England's in hopes that we can get the turnovers there from Jimmy G. Dalton Hopper, Zay Flowers, or Ramondre Stevenson in a half PPR. The safer option is Flowers. If you want to gamble, that's when you go Ramondre. Why not us? Becoming a member for the 11th month. Need 3 in a half PPR to Collins, Palmer, Flowers, and Downs. In a half PPR, Flowers and Downs are both going to be in there. If you want to play it safer, it's Josh Palmer. If you want to gamble, Nico Collins would be the third option there. Jonathan Wright, need a flex in a half PPR. Breece, Olave, or Ayuk. It's going to be Ayuk for me here this week.
SP4D3S080.
Did I catch a niner in there?
Waller if healthy. I'm going to go Evan Ingram there. Michael Wilson or Rashad White in a PPR. Barely going to lean Rashad White's, and I don't love it. Kincaid or Everett rest of the season, I'm probably still going to lean Kincaid, especially with the possibility that Dawson Knox could miss multiple weeks. Douglas in a full PPR, pick 2, Nico Collins, Jacoby Myers, Debo, or Ayuk. If I'm going 2 here, I'm going to go safe and upside with Myers and Ayuk.
Jerry Gonzalez.
Jake, back to you.
Thank you. Jerry Gonzalez becoming a member for the 9th month. 0-5, full PPR right now. You got Cousins, Lawrence, Kyron, Jones, Stevenson, Foreman, Pirine, Chase, Puka, Pittman, Kirk, Downs, Henry, and Higbee. Any moves? I mean, you need a healthy Aaron Jones. Yes, you need some help at running back, but how do you get to that point? Really, I'm not dealing Chase or Puka. Kirk, Pittman, any one of those guys, maybe you can try to see if you can swing something for an RB2. You're not going to get a huge name guy, but something that gives you a little bit of added depth that you can kind of rely on until Aaron Jones gets healthy. That would be my main focus for you right there. Maybe there's someone on the waiver wire even that you can pick up because you have Henry and Higbee, 2 quarterbacks. If you don't need 2 tight ends or 2 quarterbacks, that could free up 2 spots on your bench right there as well. Just take a stab on somebody maybe on waivers. Lorenzo Holloway, appreciate your $4.99 donation. Reese Calderon becoming a member for the 22nd month, half PPR. Michael Pittman or Rachaad White for the flex spot. And how are we feeling about Dalton Schultz with Tank Dell out? I also have Logan Thomas and Zach Ertz. So out of the first 2 between Pittman and Rachaad White, I'm still leaning towards Michael Pittman. And then for the tight end question, I do like Dalton Schultz more with no Tank Dell. However, do I like him more than the volume we see going the way of Logan Thomas? Probably not. I probably still lean towards Logan Thomas. Silas Amur says pick 3 wide receivers, DJ, CD, Ridley, and Kirk. Man, I don't want to sit any of them again, but right now it's DJ, CD, and Ridley for me. And then between Barkley and Stevenson, if we get word tomorrow morning that Barkley is going to be good to go, it'll be Barkley. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with Stevenson. Thank you so much for your first super chat here as well. Sean McEwen, become a member for the 4th month, says, hey guys, first, do you think Justin Jefferson is going to play again this year? Also, how can I when Chargers sign merchandise? Keep up the great YouTube channel. Awesome. Sean, I'm probably going to have to put out another giveaway item. We did a Keenan Allen full-size helmet a couple weeks ago, and the winner never came forward. I still have it over here, so we're probably going to end up doing that again to try to get somebody else to claim the prize. So you have something potentially coming up, Sean, that you can put in for. Do I think that Justin Jefferson comes back this year? I think he does. Is it something to the point where it's going to help fantasy teams? Maybe not. You know what I mean? So that's where the line is different, because could he come back as a NFL option? Yes. Is it really going to help us in fantasy by that point? Probably won't. Why not us? We got Laporta or Logan Thomas. As of right now, safety-wise, I'm leaning towards Logan Thomas just because of the volume he's getting and Laporta dealing with that injury. Jonathan 50 cal. Full PPR, 2 flex leagues, starting Amon-Ra, Cooper, ETN, and Swift with Breece Hall and B-Rob as your flex options. You have Osborne and Downs on the bench. Full thoughts. In a full PPR, honestly, I don't love Amari Cooper this week. Yes, he could get that big play for sure, but in a matchup going up against San Francisco with PJ Walker as his quarterback, that worries me. In a full PPR, a safer option would be Josh Downs. A guy that may still be safer, that has a little bit higher ceiling than Downs, that would be KJ Osborne. Terrence Graham, appreciate you out there. Ricky, rank these tight ends in order. Otton, Kincaid, Granson, just for this week. Kyle, do we put Otton over Kincaid, or do we think Kincaid's good?
I'm still going to go Kincaid if no Knox.
If no Knox. Yeah, that's the thing. If there's no Knox, then Kincaid, then Otton, then Granson.
Based on what Ethan has said, it does not sound like Knox is going to play.
Right.
But I'm taking a professional's word, so.
Exactly.
Not on
Lamara, standard scoring, choose 3, and also rank these guys for me, please. T. Higgins, KJ Osborne, Thielen, Debo, Kirk, Steven not season. I see what you did there. Also, hello guys. How are you? I see what you did there. Well played. Very well played. So choosing 3. First things first, those 3 are going to be Adam Thielen, Debo Samuel, and Christian Kirk. Now to put them in order, it'll still be that same order, right? So it'll be Thielen, Debo, Kirk. And then after that, give me Osborne, Stevenson, and then T. Higgins, because I just don't trust the injury news. Ben King, full PPR, need 1 wide receiver out of Nico, Gabe Davis, or Osborne. If you need just 1 in a full PPR, your safer play may be Osborne, but if it's me, I'm gambling. I'm going Gabe Davis and hoping for another touchdown.
Lorenzo Holloway, start 2, Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers, DeAndre Hopkins, and Nico Collins. If we want the most upside, we're going to go Flowers and Collins. If we want to play it safe, we're going to go Flowers and Wilson. Raptors Toy Box with a $2 dono. Appreciate you, Raptors. Bobo Beyond, standard scoring, Garrett Wilson or Brandon Ayuk. Give me Brandon Ayuk in standard scoring. And then Pierce or Dante Foreman. Give me Dante Foreman to play it safe. Why not us? Start 2.5 PPR. Hall, ETN, and Hubbard. If we want to play it safe, we're going to go ETN and Hubbard here.
Fart Box Puncher, becoming a member for the 5th month.
Gets me every time.
I can't, it's been years, and I can't hold it in. Desperate running back help, full PPR, Justice Hill, Gus Bus, or Antonio Gibson. Keep up the great work. Honestly, if it's me, I don't like it, but I'm probably going to lean still towards Antonio Gibson in a full PPR and just hopes that he can rack in some of those receptions. Jay Nunez, play it safe with Ingram or go Komet. If it's my team, I'm probably going to play it a little bit safer this week, and I'm going to go with Evan Ingram. Jamie Carter says non-PPR, choose one out of Kirk Pittman, Addison, or Garrett Wilson. In a non-PPR, I'm looking for the highest touchdown upside. In a non-PPR, I'm probably going to gamble and go with Addison in hopes that he can get one of those big looks down the field. Flex one of the above, or Brian Robinson or Barkley. Risky because of Sunday night and the bad offensive line, for sure. I'm going to go ahead and stick with what I said before about Addison, and then at your flex spot, if you want to play it safer, it's Brian Robinson. If you're willing to gamble for the higher upside, then it goes Christian Kirk. Miller B13. Full PPR, Pittman, Ayuk, Addison, Puka. I can start 3 of them. I'm gonna go with the guys at the higher upside. I'm gonna go with all 3 of them. Go Puka, Addison, and Ayuk. His 10th super chat here on a live stream. Thank you so much, Johnny Morales. Would you take this trade? Receive Puka and Bijan. Give away Henry, Kyron, and Flowers. If you're still good at running back by losing both Henry and Kyron, I know you're going to get Bijan back, but if you still have another 2 solid running backs on that roster, yes, I make that trade right now. I do, Johnny. And let's also congratulate him on his first super chat, Kyle.
Lit Nick said a little bit ago that if we hit 1,000 likes on this stream, that he will give 10 memberships to the community. We're at 781 likes right now with 1,137 people watching. If you're not watching, or if you're not hitting the like button right now, hit the like button so you or potentially someone else in the community can win a membership. It'd be greatly appreciated. Plus, I want to make Nick spend some more money. TVVQX, PPR, who to flex? Godwin, Addison, Foreman, or McLaurin. Go ahead and give me, since it's PPR, highest upside will be Godwin and Addison. Safest floor will be Addison and Foreman. Steven Butiera. Romandre, Foreman, or Lockett at the flex. Romande's killing me. I know he is. He's killing a lot of people. Safest floors, Romandre and Foreman. Highest upside, probably going to be Foreman and Lockett. Rob Mont upgraded his membership to full Chubb. Rob Mont, appreciate you. JV. And a full PPR pick 2, Jacobs, Kyron Williams, James Cook, or Madison. Definitely locking in Kyron Williams. If we want to play it safe, I'm going James Cook. If you want a little bit more upside, let's go with Josh Jacobs. Also, I plan on using an unnecessary amount of direct eye contact this week.
To me or you? I don't know, but hey, I just saw Peasy in the chat said that he would match Nick's membership, so 1,000 likes, Nick will gift and Peasy will gift.
Ooh, so, Nicholas and Peasy both gifting 10 memberships.
Wow.
Real 182 and a 14-team half PPR start. Fields or Stafford. Fields is higher. Pick 1 flex. Tutu, Michael Wilson, or Salvin Ahmed. If it's a half PPR, I will go to Tutu Atwell here, and I will just keep my fingers crossed that he can score a touchdown this week. Oh, you've got Kupp and Puka starting? We can't do Tutu then. I'll go Salvin Ahmed there.
Where did you leave off?
Isaac Allen. Hey, guys, just 2 quick questions. Trade Pickens and Myers for Justin Jefferson. No, I am not trading that for Justin Jefferson. And question 2, trade Pollard, Adams, and Puka for Eckler, A.J. Brown, and Adams. Eckler over Pollard, A.J. Brown over Adams. Puka's higher than Evans. I still take the Eckler, A.J. Brown, and Evans side. Pretty easy there.
John Campbell, Drake London, or Jonathan Taylor in a full PPR. Honestly, until we really know that Jonathan Taylor is going to get full volume, and we don't know that yet because Zach Moss has been playing so freaking well, I'm going to go ahead and gamble and go Drake London in a full PPR. Tony Rashad, welcome to Holden Chubb, Devonair, Tyler Algier or Chuba Hubbard in a full PPR. Give me the guy who's going to get all the workload. Give me Chuba Hubbard. Kyle Merritt, JT, James Cook, Rashad White. One of these guys has to sit. If you want to play it safe, you go with Cook and Rashad White, and we see what happens with Jonathan Taylor. If you just want to risk it for the biscuit, then you go with James Cook and Jonathan Taylor if you really want to risk it.
Jake, we have a super important question that needs to be answered real quick from Ricky. He has $100 to blow on Outback Steakhouse or Burger King.
I mean, honestly, I love Burger King, but if I'm blowing $100, it's probably going to be on a steak.
I'm not blowing $100 on a steak at Outback Steakhouse.
That's what I was just going to say. Unfortunately, I know the steak there at Outback not as great. I'm more of like a Longhorn type guy. I love some Longhorn Steakhouse. But, I mean, if I had to choose, I mean, imagine how many double cheeseburgers you could get there, Kyle. So many double cheeseburgers.
A few chicken sandwiches, a few double cheeseburgers, order of onion rings if you want. Real quick as well, Paul Adam, hey mods, I have a different Discord than my account on Discord. Can I get an invitation and get some help? No, you cannot. You have to join Discord through the account associated on YouTube. It is not an invite. You have to go into whatever Discord you use. It does not matter. It can be any Discord. Whatever Discord you want to use, go to your settings, and all the directions at the top and the pinned comment are exactly what you have to follow, and that will get you access. It doesn't matter what Discord you use. You just have to link it to the YouTube account associated with the one you're using here.
Facts. All right. Tony Rashad says, Chuba or Zach Moss? I already have Tony Pollard as your running back one this week. I have a close matchup this week. Honestly, this could totally backfire because obviously Zach Moss is like Barry Sanders nowadays. But going into this matchup, I think we can pencil in Chuba for having an opportunity at more touches than Zach Moss if we see more Jonathan Taylor. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Chuba this week. Jake P says, y'all got NHL fantasy stream channel? No, dude, I haven't. I grew up in the desert. I don't know nothing about no ice out there. So I would give the worst hockey advice. But they do talk about hockey in our Discord every once in a while. There's a hockey channel there. Rob Mont 35, becoming a member for the 23rd month. Jerome Ford or Damian Pierce? Give me Damian Pierce. Full PPR. Should I trade Higgins for Swift? You already have Diggs, DJ, Amon-Ra, and Flowers. Yes, I would make that trade and grab yourself another running back. Ray Gathro? Gathro. Is that right, Kyle? Are you puzzled? You're the one with the college degree.
I think it's Gathro.
That's what I thought too, Gathro.
Because they say go Tigers down in Louisiana.
Yeah.
So I think it's Gathro.
Gathro. Okay. I have Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, and Brian Robinson. I can only pick two of them. Well, I'm not going to start both Jets. So give me Breece Hall and Brian Robinson. Eson 707, 4-1, 10-team non-PPR.
He said it's Gotro.
What is it?
Gotro.
Ray. How the hell is G-A-U-T-H?
Ray Gotro is what he said.
Ray, how does that go? Ray, you've got so many letters in there just to say go. Ray, there ain't no way. I never would have gotten Gotro there. Never in a million years. Funny. Anyway, Eson 707, non-PPR. You got Stroud, JJ, Olave, Kirk, Myers, Godwin, Garrett Wilson. Someone just offered you Waddle and Collins for Justin Jefferson. Yes, take it. Take it now.
He changed it again. It's go throw.
Oh, okay. Ray. Either way, though, go still doesn't. How does G-A-U-T-H or I guess G-A-U is go somehow.
At least we know now.
Now we know. Now we know going forward. Yeah. So yeah, I'm trading JJ there, Eson. If you can get Waddle and Collins back for it, I'm taking it right now. Najordamon. Hey guys, trade advice. I have Breece Hall trading for Ayuk. You have McCaffrey, Achane, Williams, Pacheco, and Madison, full PPR 3 wide receiver league. So you have Breece Hall and you're trading for Brandon Ayuk, but you have McCaffrey. I'm guessing that's Kyron Williams, Pacheco, Madison, and then Achane on your IR, I'm assuming. I don't know what your wide receivers look like, but if you're having to start 3 of them, I'm guessing you're going after that wide receiver because you're a little bit thin right now. I don't hate that. I think you may be able to get something a little bit better, but I don't mind grabbing IU whatsoever. Why'd you put headphones on?
Because my other ones are cutting out, and I keep missing what you're saying, so I'm going to have to order new ones, but I'm like, we'll just go with this for tonight.
All right, then. John Williams, full PPR, Flowers or Ayuk. If you want to play it safer with it's Flowers. If you want to gamble for the higher upside, it's Ayuk. Roy Chica, need a flex play. Debo, Flowers, Osborne, or Moss. In my opinion, if you want to play it safer, it's Flowers. If you want to shoot for a higher upside, I'm probably going with Debo. JV, full PPR, Superflex. Do I sit Brock Purdy for Pittman or James Cook? No, I'm rolling with Brock Purdy. He hasn't proven to be able to really be stopped yet in his NFL career.
Alan Gillespie.
That's Aaron. That's Aaron.
What'd I say?
You called him Alan.
Aaron Gillespie. 12-team PPR. Justin Herbert versus Dallas, or Stafford versus Arizona. Still going Herbert here. Kupp versus Arizona. Keenan Allen versus Dallas. Godwin, Pollard. Wait, how many am I picking here, Aaron? You have Kupp, Keenan Allen, Godwin, Pollard. ETC opponent has Puka or LAR trifecta. Read that question and tell me if you understand what he's saying, because I don't.
Let me just break it down here. So Herbert or Stafford, I got Herbert higher. And then the other ones, we got Kupp, Allen, Godwin, Pollard.
But then I get confused where he says ETC. What does that mean?
Etc. Opponent has Puka, LA stack, or trifecta.
Aaron, can you be... I don't want to mess this up. I will keep an eye on the live chat. Can you ask your question again and maybe reiterate what you were trying to say to make sure we get it right? Because I don't understand what you're saying there, and I don't want to mess it up.
You look for that, Kyle. You look for that. Mike Kellanoy, okay. What's going on, Mike? Becoming a member of the 23rd month. Ooh, let's get these W's this week. Jake, thank you for starting this community. It's been years of grinding, stress, tears, and maybe a little blood. You're damn right it is. Kyle, thank you for expanding our family to card breaks and gaming. 200K. Appreciate you, Mike. Big Luscious 68. Throw holy water on them walls with JJ and Chubb. I mean, man, that's a tough loss right there for sure. Cold and Baller. Brees, Olave, or Nico for the flex in a full PPR. If I can only choose one of them, the safest play is probably going to be Chris Olave. If you want to just straight out gamble, then it becomes Brees Hall. James Hernandez, welcome to Holden Chubb. Gary, JT, or B-Rob in a full PPR. If we haven't heard for sure about Saquon Barkley, being that it's Sunday Night Football tomorrow morning, I'm going with B-Rob. Shane Foucault, what's going on, Shane? Fellas, you guys kill it. Miss y'all. So, Ayuk or Zay Flowers? Shane, I ain't seen Shane's name in a minute. What's going on, Shane? Shane's been around for a long time as well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Out of Ayuk or Flowers, if you want to play it safer, it's Zay Flowers. If you want to gamble, it's Ayuk.
To everyone saying he's probably saying ETN, I don't know that for sure because he lists the players versus the teams that they're playing against, and then he just says ETC. So I don't know that. That's why I'm asking him to reiterate.
That's right.
Who did you just do?
You keep looking. I got it. Brian Jackson, okay. Full PPR, need a flex play. Prefer the higher upside here. Higgins, if active, which he is, sounds like. Brian Robinson, Justice Hill, or add Kendrick Bourne, Devontae Parker, Rashid Shaheed. Already have Olave. I'm not adding any of those guys. They're not any safer. Out of Brian Robinson, T. Higgins, and Justice Hill, the highest upside has to be T. Higgins, but he's also the biggest risk. So if you're looking for that super high upside, it's still Higgins, and you just got to hope he gets more than like 2 targets. Danny Dolman, what's going on out there? Says full PPR, pick 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. Diggs, AJ Brown, Kirk, Gabe Davis, Swift. You already have Kyron Williams and Tony Pollard as your running backs 1 and 2. Thank you, guys. So your 2 wide receivers, Diggs and AJ Brown. They're locked in every single week. Your flex play them between Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, or DeAndre Swift. I always love to try to flex a running back if possible, just because of the guaranteed touches. So in that case, give me DeAndre Swift. Dory Hines becoming a member for the 24th month. I remember Jake having a whole job and having the whole job and soloing it. Kyle's first Let It Flow. Nervous Doc's first time on camera, and starting of Headliner Gaming. Dory been around for a long time as well, for sure. Adam Walker. Hey, Jake and Kyle, should I start Logan Thomas or Evan Ingram over Kittle? I need 1 flex. That's the next question. So Logan Thomas over Evan Ingram or Kittle. I mean, Logan Thomas may be the safest option of them, but if it's me personally out of that group, I'm going with Evan Ingram. Then you need one flex. Should you play either of the above mentioned tight ends, or should you play Godwin or Derrick Henry? I mean, I'm definitely not going to go with 2 tight ends if those are your other options. I understand that there is a lot of worry around Derrick Henry. If you're willing to take that gamble, it's Derrick Henry. If you'd rather just play it safer, though, the flex play would be Godwin. G-Rad, Ridley or Pittman, I still have Ridley higher. Dylan Kurgan, pick 2 in a full PPR. Eckler, Kamara, Jacobs, flex, Allen, or Mostert. So pick 2 first out of Eckler, Kamara, and Jacobs. In a full PPR, give me Eckler and Kamara. And then we're flexing Allen or Mostert. Is that Keenan Allen? What other Allen is there? It's not flexing Josh Allen. I don't know what other Allen that is.
I have to assume it's Keenan Allen.
Have to assume it's Keenan Allen. In a full PPR, I probably lean towards Keenan Allen as well. And then Shane Foucault again says, oh, defense as well, Atlanta or Detroit. Talk to me. Shane, it would definitely be Detroit if they were healthy, but they're just super banged up on defense right now. So give me that Atlanta defense. Should you trade Hall for JJ for Joe Castles? I'm not trading Breece Hall for Justin Jefferson. I'm not trading for Justin Jefferson. I just can't do it. PZ out, noob. Adam Thielen or Breece Hall in a full PPR, the safer option there is going to be Adam Thielen. Kalafa had gifted 10 memberships at some point here. Everybody hopefully thanked Kalafa along the way. Another guy, been here forever from the beginning. Carlos Oliva, flex 1, Hollywood, DeMercado, Madison, or Ford in a PPR. If you want to play it safer, it's Madison. If you want to gamble, it's Hollywood Brown.
Time out.
E-Man.
Time out. Aaron sent it. I'm saying, should I run the LAC stack with Herbert and Allen, or the LA Ram trifecta with Stafford and Kupp while his opponent has Puka? So personally, I'm probably still running Herbert and Allen.
Okay.
If those are the only choices you're wanting, either Herbert Allen or Stafford Kupp, I'm going Herbert Allen.
Got it. E-Man, next. Waller or Logan Thomas this week and rest of season? As of right now, the safer option, because New York's offense is horrible, Logan Thomas seems to be safer with all that volume he's getting, especially you're talking about full PPR. Mook, welcome to Holden Chubb. Shay, PPR Nico or Hubbard tomorrow? The safer option, probably going to be Hubbard. If you want to gamble, it's Nico. He's just got a difficult matchup. Shane Foucault again says, hey, full PPR, Chuba over Dameon Pierce, yeah? What's your thoughts? In a full PPR, I'm probably leaning Chuba over Dameon Pierce, right, Kyle?
Yes.
In full PPR, I am, for sure.
Yes.
All right, cool. Bango Shank says, don't forget to join the gaming stream after this. Does he know something that we don't?
There's one already set up for 11:45.
Oh, well, that's what he's talking about then. Carl Abreu becoming a member for 1 month. Flex Debo, Addison, or Flowers in a full PPR. Possible bad weather for Debo. So Debo, Addison, or Flowers. In a full PPR, if you want to play it safer, the best option would be Zay Flowers. If you're willing to gamble a little bit and you don't want to worry about that weather, Jordan Addison still has that higher upside there as well. Uh-oh, here we go. Ray, go throw. Right? Kyle, go throw?
Go throw.
Go throw. He became a member of Holden Chubb out there.
Oh!
Ray. Appreciate you. Sean Auguste. Sean Auguste. It's definitely one of those. August Day. Okay, perfect. Choose one in a full PPR. Amari Cooper, Gus, I guess that's Gus Edwards, Evan Ingram, or Gallup. If I can only choose one of those, holy woof. I gamble on Amari Cooper and just hope that he can get it.
Shane Howard. Pick a defensive special teams. Texans, Raiders, Falcons, Pats, or Colts. And then Burrow, Stafford, or Howell. We have Stafford higher than Burrow and Howell. As far as the defense goes, I'm going to have to look that up real quick. Probably the Raiders. Texans. Ooh. Texans, Falcons. I've got Atlanta the highest out of those. Marcus Cardoza and a half PPR pick 2. Romandre, B-Rob, and Foreman. If I'm going to do B-Rob no matter what. Since it's a half PPR, if you want more upside, go Romandre. If you want to play it safe, go Foreman. AB13 starting the flex. Waddle or Kyron in a full PPR. Kyron Williams could have just a big day tomorrow. I'm going Kyron Williams. Michael Barton, Derrick Henry, Dante Foreman, a Breece Hall, RB2 PPR. Am I just picking one? It's Derrick Henry. If I'm picking two, it's Henry. And then if you want to play it safe, it's Foreman. If you want more upside, it's Henry and Hall. Second question, pick one. Noah Fant, Otten, Conklin, Knox, or Everett this week. I'm going to go with Otten if you want to try and get a little bit more upside. And then Raiders, Atlanta, or Jags defense. Go ahead and give me the Atlanta defense again. Just a Dude Man becoming a member for the 15th month in a full PPR. Start Stafford and Osborne or go with the Niner connection of Purdy and Ayuk. Keep up the fire content. I'm going to go with Stafford and Osborne. But can't you do Stafford and Ayuk? Do you have to do the connection? I'd rather do Stafford and Ayuk if you could do that. Clint Legendary. In a 2-quarterback league, I have Hurts, Purdy, and Stroud. Who do I play? Definitely Hurts, and I'm probably going to say Stroud over Purdy. Is that correct, Jake?
Stroud. No, I have Purdy 2 spots higher than Stroud.
Okay, Purdy 2 spots higher than Stroud. And also Walker, Montgomery, and Swift with receivers. Puka, Amon-Ra, Ridley, and Devontae Smith. Love that upside this week. Shane Fuko. So in a 1-4 league, I traded JJ for Kirk and Pacheco. I don't know, half PPR, felt like I needed points. No, you needed to do that. And that right there was a really good trade to make. So I agree with you making that one. Paul Adam.
There goes your light again.
My light just turned out. Paul Adam, can I do a team rating with you two? If you'd like to send it in the chat, then yeah, absolutely. Now, if you send it in a super chat, we'll definitely get to it. If you send it in the normal chat, can't guarantee I'll see it. Or
hey, we are 95 likes away, by the way, from Peasy and Litnick's gifted memberships.
Ooh, only 95 more.
95 away. Ricky says 2 questions. Question 1, should I drop Kareem Hunt for Pierre Strong or Keaton Mitchell? At this point, I don't, because you're probably not going to start either one of them. Let's just see what happens with Hunt first. And then question 2 is better rest of season between Otten or Granson? Honestly,
rest of season, I go Granson.
I probably lean towards Granson, but I hope that I never have to start him. Jeff Harper, PPR, Waddle or Ayuk. I'm already starting Hill, Brown, and Puka. If you want to avoid the weather concerns, let's go with Waddle there because he still has crazy high upside as well. Larry Studs, start 3 wide receivers. Diggs, Ayuk, St. Brown, Ridley, Kirk, and Collins. Holy crap. Diggs is an absolute must. I hate to sit some of these guys, but I'm going with Diggs, Amon-Ra, and Ridley. Tan Fam, just traded Laporta for Ridley and Ingram. Following your advice, love that. I'll take that for sure. Now, should I start Ingram or Henry at tight end? Give me Ingram this week. And then Ridley or DJ Moore in your flex spot. The way things have been going, I don't think we can sit DJ Moore right now. He has matchup winning upside. We haven't seen that level from Ridley just yet, so give me DJ Moore. Paul Adam, welcome to Holden Chubb, a new member. We're now 60 likes away from the gifted memberships from Lit Nick and Peasy. You guys are running out of time. Nick just said he was going to the store. Hopefully he's still listening. He got tired of waiting, I guess. Cam Hagarty, 10-team PPR, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. Who should I start? Out of Wilson, Nico Pittman, Addison, Jacobs, JT Pierce, B-Rob, and DeMercado. So for the 2 running backs, give me Josh Jacobs. Give me Josh Jacobs and Brian Robinson. For your 2 wide receivers, give me Addison and Pittman. And then for your flex play, if you want to play it a little bit safer, you probably lean towards Nico Collins. If you want to gamble and just throw it all out there on the table, then it becomes Jonathan Taylor. The Brown Dasher. What do you guys think of Deontay Johnson? Should I stash him for the next week and then the future? Is he any good? He's definitely good, but you're going to have to hold on to him for a while until we can actually see that he's going to be back into 100%. I'm just wondering what Kyle's watching or doing.
Well, has there been somebody in the NFL, maybe I missed it, that was are there sexual assault allegations against an NFL player right now that I missed?
Like something new?
Yeah, because somebody on Reddit responded to the AMA for this weekend and said, "Will you address the recent criminal sexual assault allegations?" I'm like, by who?
I don't know exactly who they're talking about. Unless something has come up here as of like super recent.
Unless I missed something, I haven't seen anything, so I don't know what I'm supposed to. Anyway,
Yeah,
where are we at right now? Because we need
Ricky.
We need 41 more likes, by the way.
Yep, we're getting so close.
We're on Ricky. 2 questions, right?
Yep.
Nope.
If
we're further down, hold on. Detroit by 50?
Nope. Above that.
If you don't like this video? Oh, no. Ricky with the 10 bomb.
Yeah.
I just want to say it's awesome. We reached 200,000. And you know what I like about that is Ricky said because we might be behind the video or behind the cameras putting together the content, but all this doesn't happen without the community. So you all are just as much of a part of this as us. So I love how Ricky said we. The top viewed channels are under 400,000. Years from now, this channel might top that. An amazing community. Thank you, Jake, Kyle, Ethan, Taylor, Mac. And he throws Anna in there for some reason, but
oh wow.
Anna, we appreciate you as well. I'm kidding. If Anna didn't always get upset with me about the flag, I wouldn't be giving her such a hard time right now. Paul Adam be upgrading his membership to excessive chub. His hand is just full right now. Ricky says Detroit by 50, I hope. Why not us with a big old fat 20 bomb in the super chat? Let's get a little hashtag why not us in the chat going right now. Flex, half PPR, Collins, Claypool, K. Mitchell, and Chubbard. If I only have to pick one here, I'm going to go with Chuba Hubbard. If we want more upside, though, it would be Collins. Ricky, if you don't like this video, when you order KFC, your meal will be Popeyes instead. I don't know if I've ever had Popeyes, so I don't know if I would like that or not.
I've had Popeyes. I don't know. Hey, real quick, King of You 92 in the chat says he's new here and just subscribed.
Woo!
Really need help. King. Should I trade Justin Jefferson for DK Metcalf and Cooper Kupp? Oh, excuse me, Justin Jefferson and DK Metcalf for Cooper Kupp. I feel like you could work in something else. Like, it may not be like a big piece, but something.
Pull a little bit.
Just like something, some type of bench stash. I feel like you could do to make that an even 2-for-2 trade. Hopefully with that other owner. And welcome to the channel, by the way.
Matt Mason says Kirk or Evans in a full PPR. I'm still going to go Christian Kirk here. Frank Dowling, who do I start? Jerome for DeMercado, Dante Foreman, and Spears. I'm a Chubb owner. I'm going with Dante Foreman. Chris Toth traded away Puka, Ridley, Thomas, and Keontae Ingram for ETN, Zay Flowers, London, and Pittman. Thoughts? You absolutely nailed that trade. Yeah. Like
whoever you traded with has no idea what they're doing in fantasy football.
Yeah, they just got their butt smacked. Gabe Mendez celebrating a year here with the headliners. Appreciate you, Gabe. Happy 2nd birthday to my daughter. Happy birthday to you. Full PPR, Flex, Addison, Hollywood, Brown. If I'm just choosing one of these, I'm going Addison there. I said Hollywood and Brown like it was 2 different people, I think. But it's just one person. I'm going to go Addison over Hollywood, Brown. And for the RB2, Zeke, Ingram, Gibson, or Algier, thank you both. Since it's a full PPR, I'd be willing to toss in Gibson there. Don't love it. Don't hate it.
6 more likes.
Ray, go throw.
There you go. Way to go.
And a PPR, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, or Brian Robinson, pick 2. If you want the most upside and pair it with a little safety, I'm going Garrett Wilson and Brian Robinson there. N9 Tails, YouTube, Osborne or Josh Jacobs at the flex. Still going to go Josh Jacobs. Paul Adam, how can I gift subs on an iPhone? You might not be able to. I know some people can and some people can't. They were supposed to have added that earlier in the year. So I don't know if you can or not, Paul. At one point, you could not from an iPhone. Dryden, McComish, love the channel, guys. Much love. Appreciate you, Dryden. Full PPR, KJ Osborne or Dante Foreman, last.
That's a last.
Flex spot. I'm going to go KJ Osborne there. Aaron Jofferson. That's not how you say it.
It's Josephson.
Jofison.
You were way off.
Jofison.
Yeah, you just added an F.
No, PH makes an F.
Not like that. That's clearly Joseph.
Josephison.
You added an F.
What about Jose Fosone?
What did you just say?
Jose
Son?
Jose Foson.
Aaron, we're not making fun of your name. We're making fun of the way that Kyle says everybody's
we are 100% making fun of me. We just hit 1,000 likes on the live stream. Peasy has gifted 10 subs to the Headliner Nation community. Can we get a little hashtag Peasy in the chat? Back to Aaron. Pick 2 to start in a PPR. Mostert, yes. Walker, yes. Kamara, no. We are going Mostert and Walker. Frank Dowling, pick 2, Ford, DeMercado, Dante Foreman, Spears, or Edwards. Foreman, and I'm going to go Edwards here. The Animal Mother, half PPR. I need to flex and a wide receiver 3 from Gabe Davis, Jacoby Myers, Pittman, or Madison. Give me, if we want the highest upside, give me Jacoby Myers and Gabe Davis. If we want to play it safe, give me Jacoby Myers and Michael Pittman. Thanks, dudes. I've been first and second the past 3 years. And then Lawrence or Purdy. Do we still have Lawrence over Purdy this week?
Yep, I do. Yep.
Perfect. James Herr, welcome to Holden Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation family today. Asen Ramirez. Hope you all had a great weekend this week. 2 leagues, both full PPR. Number 1, DeMercado or Charbonnet. Give me DeMercado over Charbonnet. And Wilson, Myers, Lockett, and Gabe Davis for the flex. I can only pick one out of those guys. Myers is going to be the safest option. I'd probably go with him over Gabe Davis. And then number 2, need 2 to flex. Wilson, Godwin, Kirk, Mixon, and DeMercado. I like the mix of Kirk and Mixon here, but if you are looking for more upside, give me Kirk and Wilson.
Kyle, there's something floating behind your head. Like a fuzzy or something.
Of course not.
Anyway, Lucky Leo, Thornton or Ahmed in the flex. Waller or Ferguson also. For me, that's a huge gamble. Anyway, give me Ahmed and just cross your fingers. Then Waller or Ferguson. Ferguson's slightly safer this week as well. Frank Dowling, please pick 2. Ford, Edwards, DeMercado, Foreman, or Spears. Horrible options, Frank. Absolutely horrendous options. If I had to choose 2 of them, mother. Give me Edwards and Foreman and just pray to the fantasy gods. Roman Davalos, salute Headliners fam. Start Tyler Higbee or Jonnu Smith. Right now, Jonnu Smith seems to be the safer option. Scales speaks. Pick 2.5 PPR. Hubbard, Rashad. Zach Moss, injuries and bye weeks absolutely suck. Also, Pittman, Collins, London, Ridley, bench one of them. So for the first question, pick 2 out of Hubbard, Rashad White, or Zach Moss. If you'd rather just play it safer, it's Hubbard and Rashad. If you wanted to gamble a little bit, since we don't know about the usage of Jonathan Taylor, then it becomes Hubbard and Zach Moss. For the second question, we have to sit one of Pittman, Collins, London, or Ridley. I'll sit Nico Collins, even though I really don't. Yes, I'll sit Nico Collins there, only based off the other selections that we have there to choose from. Shane Foucault, again, what's going on, Shane? Just because Kyle repping Big Blue, can't wait till they knock till they knock off Ohio State, and this is Cali love, baby. He's feeling it right now out there. Woo! Shane is just on fire right now. Funko Pop Asylum. Pick 2 running backs and 1 flex. ETN, Henry, Brian Robinson, Stevenson, Collins, Lockett, Kirk. So 2 running backs in a flex out of that spot. It's going to be ETN. 2 running backs in the flex is still going to be ETN, Henry, and Christian Kirk as the flex. And then tight ends, Ferguson or Higbee. Give me Ferguson this week. Quarterback, Purdy or Cousins. I got Cousins a few spots higher.
Who'd you just answer?
Nobody can hear what you're saying. Because you're just like whispering.
Answer? Funko Pop Asylum.
Huh?
Who did you just answer? Was it Funko
you don't
Pop
know.
Asylum?
Oh, you weren't keeping up. I got
or
you.
Was
yes,
it
that's
Josh?
That's who I just answered, was Funko.
Josh, Madison or Flowers, guys, please help in a PPR. Give me Flowers. Classic white bread, becoming a member of Full Chub. Listen, you become a member of Full Chub, you can stick all of it inside that plastic
More gifted
bag
memberships.
there. Nick gifted 10 memberships to the Headliner Nation community. Everyone throw a little hashtag #LitNick in the chat, thanking him for those. And if you got one, make sure you definitely say thank you. Isan 707, 4-1, 10-team, non-PPR. JJ, Olavi, Kirk, Garrett Wilson, Godwin, Myers, K9, James Cook, Spears, Aaron Jones, Gibbs. Someone just offered Waddle and Collins for JJ. Absolutely take it. Take it. Absolutely take it. Wide receiver is good enough and can wait for JJ, or take the trade. Take the trade. Just take the trade. Because you know what happens over the next, let's say he doesn't come back for another 8 weeks and the season's almost over with. Your team's out of it, but you know what becomes less and less likely by the day? Him coming back if Minnesota doesn't start winning, because there's no way he pushes to come back without a big-time contract in a losing season. Not happening at all. Frank Dowling becoming a member of Holden Chubb. Frank, appreciate you. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation today. Cody Remington, what do you guys think about trading Pittman Jr., Thielen, and Kittle for Diggs and Kyle Pitts?
Pittman, Thielen, and Kittle.
Is Kyle Pitts going to be your starter?
Hopefully not.
I would hope not. If you have a different tight end that you can start that's better than Kyle Pitts, then I would try to get somebody like better than Kyle Pitts in return, is what I'd be shooting for. Like Pittman and Thielen for just Diggs, I wouldn't mind that.
I agree with that. And then you get to keep.
But I don't like the other swap there.
Yeah, hey, I mean, Kyle, I just saw the craziest trade in the chat. Somebody was able to get, I'm trying to go scroll back up here. Oh, it was Nuisance. They were able to trade Justin Jefferson for Jamar Chase. How dumb is that owner? That's like
we're not even gonna comment on that.
Yep.
Jonathan 50K with the 10 bomb, full PPR, 2 flex league, bench 2. ETN, Swift, B-Rob, Breece Hall, Amon-Ra, Amari Cooper, KJ Osborne, and Josh Downs, please and thank you. I'm definitely going to sit Amari Cooper out of that entire group right there. If I only have to pick one more to sit, if you want higher upside, sit. If you want a safer floor, sit Breece Hall. If you want higher upside, sit Josh Downs. With the amount of players you got there that I like, I probably start Josh Downs over Breece Hall. Frank Dowling, pick 2 in a PPR. Ford, Foreman, Spears, DeMercado, and Edwards. Give me Foreman for sure, and then probably Gus Edwards over the other guys at that point. Adam.
Carteau. That's what I'm going to guess. That's what I'm going with that this time.
RB2 in a flex in a standard league. Montgomery, Kyron, and Swift. Keep grinding, fellas. You can only start 2 of those guys?
That sucks.
Who else do you have in your running back spot if you can't start Swift? Because I'm going to sit Swift because I got Kyron and Montgomery higher this week. Actually,
I hate to. In a standard league, Montgomery's a must.
I've got Williams. I've got Swift over Montgomery.
There's no way. I can't do it. I personally can't do it. I will never sit David Montgomery in a healthy Lions offense. I won't do it.
Well, that's just it. I wouldn't sit him either, but the fact is you've got 3 top 12 running backs in my rankings this week.
Well, you only can pick
If
2
you
of
want to
them.
play it safe, play David Montgomery.
I am. Thank you for
And
telling me.
Adam, don't ever bring that question to me ever again because it's a no-win situation.
It's a lose-lose. Let's see here. Where do we leave? Oh,
I was
Jurgen.
just gonna wait.
I was looking at Lit Nick over there. Nick's regulating in the chat like he does. He's a boss. Jurgen Negron says full PPR, start 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, and a flex. Running back is Jacob Swift, so I can only choose one of them. This week, give me DeAndre Swift. Wide receiver, you got Puka, DJ Moore. I can only choose one of them. Oh, no, and then 1 flex also. So give me DJ Moore as your wide receiver, and then the flex spot is going to be between Puka and Jacobs in a full PPR. Sounds crazy, but I'm going to go Puka right there. Ricky says, it's ironic how one of the criticism of these shows is you love DJ Moore too much and know that he is absolutely killing it every week. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like the DJ Moore picks this offseason, but so far, he's doing just fine. Austin 7153, love y'all. Kisses, T's and P's. Appreciate you, Austin. Josh Bunch becoming a member for the 13th month. 13 amazing months. Love you guys. Much respect. One love. Appreciate you out there, Josh, for sure. Michael Wands becoming a member for the 12th month. Pierce or JT in a full PPR. Pierce probably still going to be safer. If you just want to absolutely gamble without even knowing what Jonathan Taylor is going to get, that's when you put him into your lineup. But you have to know that it literally could be 7 touches, and that's terrifying. Classic White Bread says, thanks for all the hard work, fellas. Appreciate you out there with a 20 bomb. Kyle, a 20 bomb just thanking us for some hard work. Appreciate that. Then
can we get a little White Bread spamming up in the chat? A little hashtag White Bread spamming, please.
That's right. Then we got PZ gifting his 10 memberships. Mega's 11. I actually need defense special teams help. Falcons, Jets, Lions, Bucks, Colts, Pats, Commanders, or Chargers. Holy crap. All right, Kyle. Falcons, Jets, Lions, Bucks, Colts.
Hold on. Falcons, I have at 11.
What about the Pats?
The Pats, nope.
Commanders, who do they got?
Nope.
Atlanta.
We got them lower.
Chargers have Dallas. They're probably lower.
I got them lower.
I know the Colts are lower.
Colts are lower.
Lions are lower.
Lions are lower.
Jets got to be lower now that they're missing all their defensive backs.
Jets are lower.
So, yeah, it's going to have to be, what did we say? The Falcons?
Atlanta, yep.
Yep, Atlanta. Atlanta or New England? You had Atlanta
I got
higher?
Atlanta higher than New England.
Okay, then yes, it's Atlanta. And then also at the flex, Ayuk, Addison, or Nico. Being that there is some potential for bad weather and you have a bunch of guys with some similar upside, if you want still high upside but a little bit safer floor, it's going to be Jordan Addison. If you just want to go straight upside and gamble, then it becomes Ayuk. Jorge Melgoza, full PPR, Kirk Cousins, or Purdy. And I am going to check. Purdy is dang near top 12, but I got Cousins a couple spots higher. And it just scrolled on me.
You said Cousins over Purdy?
Yep.
Lame ASF, Adam Thielen over 60, Stephon Diggs over 85. So this is probably like a pick'ems question.
I'm guessing.
Tyreek Hill over 86, Justin Fields over 196, Cooper Kupp over 85, DJ Moore over 60. Lame, it's really hard to just... Paul Adam gifting 20 memberships to the Headliner Nation community. Holy cow. Everyone needs to be, in the chat, hashtag Paul. And if you got one of the memberships, please make sure that you thank him for that. Absolutely awesome on his part to gift 10 memberships or 20 memberships there. Lame ASF to hit me with a question like this out of nowhere. Numbers wise, I just don't have the numbers off the top of my head. Adam Thielen over 60.
I don't mind that one in a decent matchup.
I don't mind that one. Yeah, Stephon Diggs over 85 is pushing it a little bit. Tyreek Hill over 86, I'm good with because Tyreek Hill can go crazy at any point in time. Justin Fields over 196 passing yards.
Going against Minnesota, I don't hate.
It's possible. I don't hate that one. Cooper Kupp over 85. Don't hate that one, but he's Arizona. Still a little too new coming back for me to want to assume that. DJ Moore over 60. If we're taking the over 196, then we're taking the over 60 on DJ Moore.
Yeah, if we're thinking that Fields is going to hit that, he's going to throw the majority of that to DJ Moore, so I don't hate that. Overall, there's not one of them that stands out was like, I would not do that.
Right.
But, yeah, without digging into it a little bit more, there's a couple that are going to be pretty freaking close right there.
Adam Carteau, RB2 in a flex in a standard league. Montgomery, Kyron, and Swift. Thanks for another effing banger. Wait, is this the same question I just answered a minute ago?
It has to be.
Did he send it twice? It is.
It is. It's duplicated him in the chat, so I have no idea why.
No, it's 2 different ones because he says thanks for the effing banger in one and not the other.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yes.
I mean, kind of like I said in the other one, Montgomery and Kyron if you're wanting to play it safe. Swift over Montgomery if you want more upside since it's standard. Joe R. Godwin, Ayuk, Damari.
It's got to be DeMercado.
DeMercado.
Gotta
Downs or Ford in a PPR. I can only pick one. I'm picking Ayuk there for the upside. Clint, legendary. I need 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers in a flex. Walker and Montgomery and Swift. Those are going to be, I'm going those 3 guys in your lineup. Your 2 running backs and your flex. For your 2 wide receivers, Puka, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Ridley, and Devontae Smith. I'm definitely going to toss in Amon-Ra St. Brown. Puka if you want to play it safe. Devontae Smith if you want some more upside. Juan Fonseca. Hey, guys, need 3 wide receivers. Pittman, Kirk, Davis, Nico, or KJ. Give me Pittman. Give me Kirk. Probably go... KJ Osborne will be safer for me, but Gabe Davis will have more upside. I'm probably leaning a little bit more towards Gabe Davis. Also, should I trade Gabe Davis and James Cook for Nakua? I have Etienne Kamara and Stevenson, half PPR. I would not. I like your running back depth, especially with Ramondre Stevenson struggling right now. Dryden, JT or Foreman for the RB2 and a full PPR. Still going to go Foreman here a little bit over JT. SR Webb, Fields or Lawrence? 6 points per touchdown. Are we still going Fields over Lawrence?
I still am, because it's not like Trevor Lawrence is out there throwing touchdowns left and right.
Eugene, Debo, Puka, James Cook for Ayuk, CD, and Brian Robinson. Thoughts? I would take the Debo, Puka, James Cook side still. It's close,
Agreed.
though. It's not like super one way or the other.
What? Houdini Weenie?
Houdini Weenie. PPR, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 2 flex. CMC, yes. Walker, yes. Kyron, yes. Thielen, Evans, Hopkins, and Olave. Give me Evans. Give me... I'm having trouble. Olave, Evans, and Olave, and then Hopkins or Thielen, Jake.
I'm
and
going,
PPR.
I'm going Thielen.
Thielen?
I'm going
okay.
Thielen.
Or feet. IDP choose one. Oh my gosh.
I don't look at defensive players, so I have no idea.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I've stopped doing defensive player research this year.
Yeah.
Last year I did it. I don't have time for it anymore. I mean, listen, Micah Parsons. I don't know how that's.
Oh.
Listen, Paul Adam, Paul, we need a hashtag Paul spamming up in the chat right now, because he gifted 20 memberships, and then he did a $20 donation just to tell us that we were awesome. And now he just dropped a $50 dono in the chat. Jake, would you like to rate his team for him?
Yeah, I would. Let me go ahead and pull it up here real quick. Can I get a team rating? QB Hurts, love that. Wide receiver Hill, love that. Adam Thielen, love it. He listened to us this offseason, grabbed himself some Adam Thielen. Running backs, Josh Jacobs and Mostert, okay. Tight ends, Hawkinson, love it. Flex, Breece Hall, okay. McPherson as your kicker. Defense is Buffalo. On your bench, you got Godwin, Dobbs, J. Will, Downs, and Charbonnet. Honestly, if it's me this week, I'm contemplating with Godwin over Breece Hall. If you're looking for a little bit more safety, right? A little bit more safety. Breece Hall, just a very difficult matchup. You're going to be really reliant on that big play. If you're cool with that because you have the likes of Hurts and Hill and Thielen and Mostert, that's cool. Just know there's a lot of risk going in there with Breece Hall. But overall, that team right there, super solid. You got bench depth for sure. I don't know if J. Will is Jamal Williams or Jamison Williams. Hopefully, if it's probably Jamison Williams, and hopefully he can get going here pretty soon. Honestly, overall, super solid team. We greatly appreciate you, Paul.
Paul, amazing generosity tonight. Thank you very much. It is greatly appreciated. Orfeet, back to you real quick. IDP, choose one. I'm going to go ahead and choose Parsons out of these 3, not really knowing what their exact stats are right now. I mean, Parsons, I don't know how that's a guy that you sit who does such a good job on the pass rush and playing a linebacker position that allows them to also edge and linebacker kind of hybrid role where it also allows them some tackles. Brent Shin becoming a member for the 23rd month. Best fantasy show out there. Brent, appreciate you. Pick one, T-Law or Goff. Who do we have higher this week?
T-Law or Goff. I have T-Law higher.
And then Osborne or Reynolds. I've got Osborne over Reynolds right now. Thank you guys for always coming through. Hashtag Litnick. Hashtag Headliner Nation. Frank Dowling. New York Jets will beat the Eagles tomorrow. I'm calling it. Ooh, Frank getting spicy there
That's
right
super
now.
spicy. Frank been
Chico.
enjoying some cold ones.
Chico 410 dropping a 20 bomb in the super chat. Everyone threw a little hashtag Chico in the chat for us. I got Jefferson and a Chan on IR. I made a trade for Mike Williams that same week he got hurt. Should I start Stevenson, who's been trash, or roll the dice with Foreman? I can get Ahmed from waivers. Out of all of those, I'm still going to go with Stevenson in a half PPR. E-Man with a $5 dono. Huge Chubb size conundrum. Well, Kyle Chubb size or Ethan, because that wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Wow.
Need an RB2 and a flex at a full PPR. The man isn't even here to defend himself.
He was earlier.
Kamara, Jacobs, Henry, Kyron, James Cook, Ayuk, Mike Evans, Olave, 8-man league. Thanks, boys. Need an RB2 and a flex. I'm going Kyron Williams for sure. And then since it's a full PPR, Kamara might be a little bit safer than Jacobs, but I probably got Jacobs just a smidgen higher, but it's not much. Lucky Leo. One more, guys. Jay Taylor or Rashad White? Thanks. I've still got Jonathan Taylor a little bit higher than Rashad White this week. If it's a PPR league, though, I'll go Rashad White. Ambiguity. Celebrating a month with us here in Full Chubb. 2 questions. Number 1, Brian Robinson, Olave, Addison, or Stevens or T. Higgins? Pick 2 wants the safer picks. Give me Brian Robinson and Jordan Addison there. The number 2, who should I keep? Keontae or DeMercado struggling at running backs? It looks like DeMercado will be the guy. Can you keep both of them through this weekend, though, through tomorrow to see who ends up being better? If I had to guess right now, I would still say DeMercado because Keontae has been banged up. So, John with the $2 donation. Appreciate you, John. Charles R., welcome to Holden Chubb. Welcome to the exclusive Headliner Nation family. Austin, you guys are good people, and I love you. Love you too, Forehead Kisses. And everyone that follows this page will win their league this week. Woo! 200,000 wins this week. That's crazy. Woo. John, $4.99. Full PPR, 2 flex league. I need a second running back. I have options for second. Spears, Gainwell, Brooks from Miami, T. Jones traded to Arizona this week. It's got to be Spears there, unfortunately. In a full PPR league, I'll go with Spears as your second option. Shane Fuco, Garrett Wilson or Zay Flowers? Oof, that's a tough one. Full PPR, I'll go Zay Flowers still. Yep. Nolan Williams with the 5 bomb. His first super chat here. Nolan, appreciate you. Christopher Portlock, if you had to stream a tight end in place of Laporta, would you play Ferguson, Dalton Schultz, or Jonnu Smith? I have Jonnu Smith the highest out of that group. Wide receiver 2 in a full PPR, Waddle or Mike Evans? Give me Waddle, 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 baby. Joe Hamilton becoming a member for the 3rd month. Love what you guys do on the daily. Love you too, Joe. Forehead kisses. In a full PPR, Hubbard, Olave, DeMercado, Osborne. Need 1 running back and a flex. Give me Hubbard and give me Osborne if you want to play it safe. Olave if you want more upside. Brendan Bond becoming a member for the 25th month. Good luck. And thanks for the content all week, gentlemen. Brendan, appreciate you. Chase Wilbur in a PPR. Flex Garrett Wilson, Jonathan Taylor, or Drake London. In a full PPR league, Drake London will be safer. Garrett Wilson will have a little bit more upside. Ignacio just traded Madison for Judy. Jake, you thought I was going to mess that up, didn't you?
I
traded
did.
Madison for Judy. Hopefully he gets traded or I feel terrible about this. Love the beard boss. Oh, it's so good right now. It is a little kind of
He was talking about mine.
No, he wasn't. You have a goatee, not a beard.
Oh,
I do need to trim it up a little bit, but since our playoffs were today for football, I didn't want to shave until afterwards. Not that it helped this season.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love that trade, so yeah, we have to hope Judy gets traded. Ibrahim. Do I trade Kyron and Thielen for Devontae? Running backs are Etienne, Walker, Monty, and Kyron. Wide receivers are Chase, Amari, Thielen, and Pickett. Personally, I mean, is it a bad offer? I think it's pretty close to being even, but I like your running back depth too much. You get 1 injury at the running back position, you're going to be in trouble. You've got yourself covered right now, though. even if you're not starting one. I would only make this trade maybe if they up the ante on Thielen a little bit and gave you somebody a little bit better in return than Thielen. James McIntosh, also known as Motor City Jimmy, becoming a member for the 29th month. PPR need a RB2. DeMercado, Ingram, or Algier. Sucks, I know I lost my Chubb. My wide receivers are fire. They'll give me Algier this week. Zen Rebel Studios. Hey, guys, what up? Zen, full PPR and a flex. Moss or Downs? Full PPR, I'm going to go Downs for sure. And you already have Downs in. And you just needed our blessing. So look at us on the same page.
Perfect.
Houdini Weenie again. Oh, my gosh. I got to scroll back up. Houdini Weenie, half PPR, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 1 flex. Monty, Hall, Mixon, Madison, Foreman, Spears, Diggs, CD, and Downs. So my 2 running backs will be Monty. Let's go our 2 wide receivers first. I'm gonna go Diggs and CD Lamb at wide receiver.
Yes.
I'm gonna go Monty at running back for sure. Mixon is going to be safer for me. If we want to play it safe, let's go Monty, Mixon, and Madison for the 3 running backs. If we want a little bit more upside, let's go Monty, Mixon, and Hall instead. You want to take a couple?
Yep. I was just waiting for you to stop. You seem like you were on a roll right there.
I need to catch my breath for a second.
I had to lie to you before about something floating behind you just so I could get in there. Funko Pop Asylum, 2 running backs in a flex. Stevenson, Foreman, Kelly, Gainwell, Dalvin Cook, Nico, Gabe Davis, Osborne. Got Kirk and Chase starting at wide receiver. Tight end, you have Waller or Schultz. Thank you. So for the first thing, 2 running backs and a flex. Not a lot of options to choose from. Honestly, I'm still going with Stevenson and Foreman, even though I don't love it. At the flex spot, that'll make us choose between Kelly, Gainwell, Cook, Nico, Gabe Davis, Osborne. I'm going to gamble. Give me another Gabe Davis touchdown, hopefully, and I'll put him in my flex. For tight end, Waller or Schultz. Schultz probably slightly safer this week with no Daniel Jones there in New York. Scott, who do I bench for this week in a PPR league? Kamara, Eckler, Etienne, or Mostert? You make a trade here pretty soon, so you don't have to sit one of them because that's going to be rough right there. In a PPR league, I hate to do it, but it's probably going to be ETN, and I don't love it. I don't love it at all, but that's going to have to be the guy that I choose this week. Why not us? Would you trade Nico for Debo in a half PPR? I mean, I probably still hang with Nico rest of season as of right now, just because Debo's so injury prone at this time. He just can't stay on the field a lot because he plays so hard. So I'm still holding Nico as of right now. Brandon Hendershot got offered Amari and a 24 third for Goff in a full PPR. It's a 1 quarterback dynasty. You have Herbert already at quarterback. Your wide receivers, JJ Sutton, Dotson, Thielen, Dobbs, Zay Jones, Quentin Johnston. Would you make that trade? Amari and a third for Goff. Being that it's only a 1 quarterback league, I'd probably make that trade. I'm sure there's probably somebody available out there just in case for streaming wise, but as of right now, you do need some wide receiver help. So yes, I don't hate that whatsoever. Paul just continuing out here. He dropped another $20 donation, says, now that you know my team, would you have any suggestions for a trade? Hold on, I got to go back and find what that team was for a second. All right, so we had Hurts, Hill, Thielen, Jacobs, Mostert, Hawkinson, Breece Hall, McPherson. And on the bench, you got Godwin, Dobbs, J. Will Downs, Charbonnet. So you don't have a whole lot on your bench that you're going to have to work with outside of maybe Godwin if he can get another big game in there. Honestly, though, if Breece Hall can have a big game, he's an option, but there's not a whole lot of other running back depth there. So you kind of got to hold Breece Hall. Mostert, at some point, Chan's going to come back. We know Jeff Wilson Jr. is going to be coming back at some point. So you really don't have the running backs to deal right now. Wide receiver-wise, I mean, honestly, right now, Paul, I'm probably holding tight with what you got. You don't have a lot of value on the bench. You got solid bench guys, but not that's going to return a whole lot of value for you. Your starting lineup is so solid that it's going to be able to carry you. I think we just wait and hold on to Godwin and see what happens this week. If Godwin can put together a big week, you may be able to sell high on Godwin and get yourself maybe a little bit more running back depth right there. Let's see. I appreciate you. Paul absolutely out there killing it right now. Did he gift more memberships? I'm seeing gifted memberships in the chat.
He did. He gifted 10 more memberships.
Paul out there just supplying the nation tonight. Everybody be sure to thank Paul for those gifted memberships.
Paul to the moon.
To the moon. Paul's overall ranking is damn near approaching top 5 overall right now. I mean, he's lighting into it tonight. All right, let me see here. Frank Dowling, should I drop Tutu and pick up Jamison Williams? No, right now I'm just holding on to Tutu. Jamison Williams, Tutu, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. They're kind of the same as of right this second. Matt Mason, sit one between Ridley, Puka, Thielen in a full PPR. Also, what do you think about the trade rumors regarding Henry going to the Browns or Bucks? I'd be shocked, honestly. It's not like either one of those teams are going to be Super Bowl contenders this year anyway. Kind of weird for them to make a move like that, but I would be a little bit surprised if I'm being honest. Now, between sitting one of Ridley, Puka, and Thielen in a full PPR, I'm probably leaning towards Puka and Thielen, which means I would have to sit Ridley, even though I don't want to. Onto the Spirit Catcher. Out there again, PPR need 2 flexes out of James Cook, Pittman, Godwin, Ayuk. Which 2 should I start? By the way, it's my 2-year anniversary being married. Happy anniversary out there. Thank you so much, love. Yep, absolutely happy anniversary. So in a PPR, 2 flexes out of Cook, Pittman, Godwin, and Ayuk. If you want to play it safest, it'd be Godwin and Pittman. If you're willing to gamble a little bit for that higher upside, it would be Pittman and Ayuk. Big E, standard, drop 1.
Hold on, real quick.
Okay.
Another 10 gifted from Peasy. Another 10. We need a little Peasy spamming up in the chat tonight as well.
Yeah, absolutely. If you got one of those, be sure to thank Peasy for more gifted. Man, people are feeling generous tonight, and I absolutely
and
love
if
to
you
see
got a
people
new
pay
membership,
forward.
we have 100 new members tonight. If you have gotten a membership or whatever it may be, there is a pinned comment at the top of the chat. Just look up on how to connect to Discord. If you don't have the Discord app, download the Discord app. If you already have it, go into your settings, follow those directions on how to connect to Discord, and please make sure that you get in there this week because Discord is absolutely lit.
Pal, we have an impossible question up next. A standard league, it says drop 1. Eckler, Kyron Williams, Kenneth Walker, or Bijan Robinson.
Why are we dropping one? Big E, are you in a 3-man league by any chance?
I mean, yeah, I don't.
It's got to be Kyron Williams. It's the only one you can drop.
Yeah, it has to be Kyron Williams. I don't want to drop him. Hopefully, he means sit one. But I don't want to sit any of those guys either.
I don't want to sit either.
I don't want to sit him either. Not at all. Yeah, I mean, if it is drop 1 like the question states, it would be Kyron Williams, but I don't want to do that. Oh, he says sit 1. Okay, he's in the chat. He says sit 1. So if we're sitting 1 this week, I mean, do we just gamble on Eckler coming back off an injury and sit him? I don't want to.
Hey, Edgar Hernandez. The message has been deleted because we don't want anyone to see it. Do you have Twitter? Can you message me on Twitter and let me know what you're talking about? Either Jake or myself. Twitter handles are down below. Again, we deleted the comment. We don't know what you're talking about, but we don't want that name floating through the chat regardless. But we would be interested in knowing what it is you're talking about. So can you message us what's going on? Because we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to hear that. Because I'll be honest, if someone's talking crap behind my back, I will address it to their face. I would love to do that. Anyway, so what we never really said there, Kyle, is Eckler the one where we just kind of say...
Eckler's the one I said that I would sit this week, just in case for some reason they do try to limit him coming back from injury this week. I don't know.
And that's the hardest thing. I don't think I've ever said to sit Austin Eckler when
yeah.
he's come back from, but given those options, it's tough. SW3RV3, I'm guessing that's supposed to say swerve. Half PPR, St. Brown, Thielen, Godwin, or Brian Robinson. Half PPR, I can only choose one, I'm guessing. Out of St. Brown, Thielen, Godwin, or Brian Robinson. As of right now, the safest option is probably going to be Adam Thielen. But I don't think we can really sit Amon-Ra St. Brown when he's healthy. So it depends if you want to gamble a little bit or play it a little bit safer as of right now. Crap, it scrolled on me. Hold on a second. Patchy Cortez. Or is it Pocky? Patchy? Full PPR flex, only one out of Higgins, Hubbard, Edwards, or Flowers. In a full PPR, your safest option right there is probably going to be Zay Flowers with T. Higgins coming off an injury, and even though he may not be 100% healthy. Joe R., 21-man league, flex Trey Palmer or Rico Dowdell. Oh, man, 21-man league. Man, that is absolutely... Give me Dowdle. Give me the Dowdle, and let's just hope that he can find the end zone. Devin Turner, becoming a member of the 4th month. Proud to call you all my favorite YouTubers in fantasy. Start one wide receiver and a half PPR between Flowers, Terry, Kirk, or Garrett Wilson. Much love. If you're looking for the safest play, probably going to be Zay Flowers. If you're willing to gamble for a higher upside, that's when we go Christian Kirk. Adam Carteau. CMC is my number one. I've tried to trade Kyron or Swift for a top wide receiver, but no bite. And the first time I sent the chat, it said failed, must not have, LOL. Okay, well, sorry that it didn't actually fail, but glad we got you taken care of. I mean, yeah, if you can just keep working it, somebody's going to want one of those guys at some point, right? Because running backs are going to start running out here pretty soon, so I would keep working it here throughout the next few weeks. Max Skill 001. Hey, guys, who should I start, Goff or Stroud? Mind you, I have Nico Collins already starting. Honestly, I'm not overly worried about that kind of stack, so I got Goff a couple spots higher than Stroud as of right now. We buy homes near you. Thank you so much for your $1 donation. Shane Foucault, Kirk or DJ? Stay in the fire with DJ. Yeah, absolutely. I can't sit DJ more the way that he's playing as of right now. Once again, the Houdini Weenie. PPR, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 2 flexes, Pollard, Monty Moss, Foreman, DeMercado, Nakua, Ayuk, Pittman, Garrett Wilson, and Higgins. Okay, so for the 2 running backs, I'm going Pollard and Monty. I'm going with them. I'm locking them in. Your 2 wide receivers, give me Puka and Ayuk at your 2 wide receivers. And then for your 2 flex plays, give me Michael Pittman. And then if you want to gamble, let's go. Gambling would be Garrett Wilson. If you want to play it slightly safer, it would be Donta Foreman. Peasy gifted his other 10 memberships. Appreciate that, Peasy. H2Z, Henry or Debo for your last flex spot. I understand that this is tough. That's a tough matchup for Henry. The safer option is probably Debo right now. But if you're willing to gamble a little bit, then it becomes Henry. Your turn, Kyle. Are we almost caught up?
Yeah, I'm super confused on what's going on in the chat right now. Let's go ahead.
Why? What's being said? What am I missing? People are saying there's bots in our chat.
Someone's saying there's bots in our chat.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I'm not sure if there's something going on. I don't know if someone threw shade at us or something like that. I don't know. I'm not going to address anything. The comment that was made earlier about another YouTuber making comments about us, we don't even know what it is. And we're not going to let his name float around in our chat because he doesn't deserve the time of the day because he's garbage for all I care.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. If he's saying crap about us, we'll address it directly to him if we need to. If not, then we'll just move on from there. But it is what it is. We don't care about him that much. So
yeah, exactly. Where'd we leave off at? Oh, do you know where we're at? It's Houdini Weenie, I think. Hang on. Houdini
Joe
Weenie.
R,
Yes.
I can guarantee you we're not slacking. I can guarantee you that we are working harder than anyone in the industry. That doesn't even second guess that. 100%.
Yeah, not at all. Let's see here. Let me get through these final 4 ones here real quick. Houdini Weenie, PPR start 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 flex. We got Hill, Brown, Pittman, Lockett, Samuel, Osborne, Monty, Walker, ETN, Swift, Spears, and Jones, who's out. So for your 3 wide receivers, we got Hill, we got Brown, and for that third one, give me Michael Pittman. For your 2 running backs, I'm locking in Monty, I'm locking in Kenneth Walker, and then for your 1 flex, I'm going to go with DeAndre Swift. Evan DeAndrea, London, Elijah Moore, or Breece Hall in your flex in a full PPR, safest option is probably going to be Drake London. If you want to gamble more, it's going to be Breece, but I'm not starting Elijah Moore. Hulk Smash Yo Mom says, hey guys, Chuba Hubbard or Ayuk in a non-PPR. Chuba Hubbard's going to be safer, even though it's a non-PPR, just due to the weather that could be an issue for San Francisco, Cleveland. So if you want to play it safer, it's Chuba. If you're willing to gamble a little bit, that's when it becomes Ayuk. Donnie Lamberson, I think the ranking shows Atlanta's over Las Vegas, but do you guys think Las Vegas has a better upside against New England in your personal opinion? I mean, potentially, but New England has just been playing horrible football almost everywhere for multiple weeks. It's not the same old Patriots, so that's why it's just hard to really trust them, especially when they're going up against a team that still has weapons like Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams. So that's why the rankings are the way they are. Nico Family of 5, appreciate you out there. Donnie Lamberson gifted 1 membership out there. Hopefully whoever got that says thank you. Roger Mahor needs second running back to stream for the week. Full 12 PPR, pick up Charbonnet or Kendry Miller. Have Bijan, but Achane, Gibbs, and Roschon and Wilson Jr. out, dropping Goff to open spot. You have Jalen Hurts. So a second running back to stream this week out of Charbonnet or Kendry Miller. Man, I don't really want to start either one of them. If I had to gamble on one, I would go with Charbonnet and just hope that it works out. We buy homes near you. Thank you once again. And then Casey Wilder, Nico or Foreman in the flex. Thanks, Paul, for the gift. Oh, so Casey must have been one of the guys who accepted a free membership. Awesome. So Nico or Foreman in the flex. Foreman's probably going to have the safer floor. If you're willing to gamble a little bit, if it was my team, I'm just going to gamble with the better player and go Nico. Zen Rebel Studios, please rate my team. 12 team, PPR, T-Law, Tyreek, Kirk, Mostert, Bijan, Achane, Hawkinson, Downs, Chiefs, Moss, Otten, Mitchell, Dobbs, Rasheed, Rice, Baker Mayfield, and then Anthony Richardson in your IR spot. So you're loaded at quarterback. You're good there. Your wide receivers, Tyreek, Kirk, Downs, Dobbs, Rasheed Rice, a little bit lack of depth right there. Your tight end spot, or your running back spot, you got Mostert, Bijan, Achane. You're good. Hawkinson, solid tight end there. You have not a lot of depth on your bench is really the biggest thing there, Zen, is it's if you have any major bye weeks or injuries, that's going to hurt you because a lot of the guys that you have on your bench are just losing a lot of value, right? Moss is going to be losing value to JT. Otten's not a guy who is a must start each week. Elijah Mitchell needs a CMC injury. Dobbs now has to contend with Christian Watson coming back. Rasheed Rice in the Chiefs offense doesn't look great. Baker Mayfield, not really a spot that you need to hold. If you want to drop Baker and add somebody else, I wouldn't hate that whatsoever. Hugo Calzone, start one, sit one, bacon and Canadian bacon. I mean, I'm a bacon guy, so give me bacon and then I'll sit Canadian bacon. Luis Mejia becoming a member for the 13th month. What's up, Kyle and Jake? Thanks for all your help. I'm 5-0. Would you flex Amari Cooper or Scary Terry? I would really prefer Scary Terry, but you have to know that is a huge risk as well because they're going up against Atlanta, and that secondary is no pushover. Haney, DJ Moore or Amon-Ra St. Brown or Jordan Addison in the flex. If I have to choose between those guys, I just cannot right now sit DJ Moore. I just absolutely can't. He's matchup winning right now. I can't do it. As much as I'd like to get Amon-Ra in as well, I just can't. Jesse out there, what's going on? Jay Noyes with a $10 donation just to say hi to us. Matt Mason, Mixon or Stevenson in a full PPR. I'm still leaning towards Mixon. G Money with a $1 donation, his first ever on a live stream. Thank you so much. Renard Wagner, full PPR, sit one. Puka, Amon-Ra, Waddle, Addison. Also got Osborne and Flowers on your bench. So full PPR, sit one of those guys. I don't want to sit any of them, but if I had to choose one, it would be Jordan Addison. Nico Family of 5 PPR trade. I get Kupp, Mostert, and you're giving up Henry and Pickens. You have Henry, Foreman, DeMercado, Akers, Hunt, and Mitchell. So you get Kupp to give up Kupp and Mostert to give up Henry and Pickens. I make that trade. I grab Kupp right there as well. And then Chad Long, you become a member of Holding Chubb. Whew. I think we're caught up, Kyle.
So we've been live for
2 hours and 44 minutes.
2 hours and 45 minutes. So I think it's about time that we got out of here.
Did we ever figure out what the hell was going on? Or we just have a couple idiots in the chat.
I have no idea. No, because a couple of people that were talking they were being respectful, but they were just saying, hey, this happened. So I've asked some people to message me on Twitter so we can try and figure out what's going on. And if we do, we do. If we don't, F it. We'll keep working hard on our side. And
yeah, I don't care about nobody else.
Is Kyron ahead of Bijan this week? E-Man, no, he's not. No, he's not. But what is going to happen is I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to get some water, a little bit parched, go pee real quick. And I'm going to head on over to Headliner Gaming. The Modern Warfare 3 beta is out this weekend. So I'm going to run it with the boys. Litnick, Trey might be on, Rico, Jesse, Cody, the boys. So we might be head over there and go. So if you guys can go on YouTube, just type in Headliner Gaming, and when you see it, hit the subscribe button, trying to get that channel up to 2,000 subscribers. And I'm going to be live over there maybe for the next couple of hours. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll go late into the night since I got so much sleep last night.
Oh yeah, you feeling good right now, aren't you?
We're feeling good. We're just feeling good.
And you got a longer stream tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
We had a couple come in here late. G Money, half PPR, pick 2, Stevenson, Madison, Foreman, and Hubbard. Thanks, fellas. If I had to pick 2 of those guys in a half PPR, give me Hubbard. If you want to play it safer, it's Madison. If you want to gamble more, it's Stevenson. Alberto season, PPR start Pittman or DK. I still have DK higher there. And then we buy homes near you, 512. Pick 1 wide receiver, Ridley, Addison, or Gabe Davis. Right now, the highest I have ranked there is Calvin Ridley. And Pollock's World of Entertainment, rate 14 team PPR, Herbert, Jacobs, Swift, Bryce Hall, Roshan Johnson, Ridley, A.J. Brown, Godwin, Michael Thomas, Tank Dell, Robert Woods, Travis Kelce, Logan Thomas, Tyler Bass, and the Raiders. So overall, it's a solid team. Not the greatest wide receiver depth. You got Ridley and A.J. Brown, but after that could be a little bit better. But definitely overall, that's a solid team right there. It's going to win a lot of matchups. And thank you so much to everybody who participated tonight, showed the support tonight, hung out with the nation tonight. It was a great evening. It was a long evening, Kyle. I think we talked for almost 3 hours straight.
Almost 3 hours. Answered a lot of questions tonight, like I said. So plan is tomorrow morning. Going to try to go live around 10:30, 10:45 with our Odds Jam Underdog stream, talking about pick'ems that we can get some spicy upside on tomorrow. Last week, we hit 7 of our 9 pick'ems that we talked about on stream. It would have been 8 of 9, but unfortunately James Conner got hurt. So we'll talk about those tomorrow morning. Make sure that you head on over there if you want to try and win some money tomorrow morning. And then probably from like 11:30 to 1, we'll be doing our members only live stream, answering questions from our members. The chat will be shut down to only members. So become a member if you're interested in being a part of that to get your questions answered. And tonight I'm going to head on over to Headliner Gaming. I'm going to play Modern Warfare 3 for a little bit. If you got some fantasy questions, I'll try to answer them for you. And between games, we've got plenty of people in the chat that'd be willing to answer and chat about it as well. And of course, you can come watch me make some kids cry, because that's what I do.
That's what you do on late evenings.
That's what I do on late evenings. Make kids
and Saturday
cry.
Evenings.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out of here this evening. Peace out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Appreciate all the support tonight. Big shout out to, is it Paul or Adam?
It's Paul.
Paul Adam, right?
It's Paul Adam, yeah.
Big shout out to Paul Adam, to Litnick, and Peasy for all the gifted memberships tonight. Everyone else that donated, appreciate you so much. We're going to go, though. Have a great Sunday if I don't see you tomorrow. And if not, we'll talk tomorrow morning. Peace out, everybody. See you then.
When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back